What are you smoking?
Tonight, it's good. Tonight is a Monte Cristo Ybarra that one of my customers gave me yesterday. I have no idea what it is, but it smells like the best mocha frappuccino you've ever had in your entire life. So, and it's got the perfect level of oiliness. It's got a nice, rich milk chocolate brown wrapper. I'm very excited about this smoke.
Don't get too excited.
Yeah, I know. I let myself down every time
I don't want you to be getting too excited on the live stream here. You can save that for when the cameras are on.
Oh, okay. I thought we were making a Cuban cigar joke.
No way, but...
Oh, double barrel, bro. Dumping both barrels.
This would be my 4 Roma Crafts for the day.
Oh my God, look at these wonderful people that just joined in. Hello to everyone. Hello to our friends and from Missouri. There he is.
He lives.
Up,
I'm alive.
Alive. I put that thing on there about glasses, and I really should just go get my glasses for this one.
It would make sense.
It would.
Nerds unite.
Nerds unite.
We are currently just waiting on Christoph.
Oh, cool. Excellent. What's up, Brennan?
Ooh, we got a bunch of Missouri folks in the house.
Oh, yeah, dude. There'll be a bunch of them. Bunch of us hillbillies.
Oh, snap. Matt invited all his cousins.
They're my boyfriends, too, though.
Oh.
It's fine.
Whoa.
It's the 21st century. Don't be so suburban, Justin.
Yeah, that's right. I need to have an open mind.
What are you boys drinking?
Dude, it's so weird seeing everybody at daylight. Like,
isn't it weird in daylight? It's usually
bizarre. Like, I didn't know that the tennis court was right there. I've never actually seen the tennis court.
Oh yeah, it's right. It's right there. Like legit.
You're on like the ground floor then.
I am. I'm on the ground floor.
Oh, okay. That explains the sprinklers.
What's that, Matt?
I said you use that all the time, don't you?
Oh yeah. Absolutely. I do sprints.
I love how Chris put Chris Exotic as his fucking screen.
And he's not even there. That's the best part.
He's in jail.
Oh man.
Dude, it's so hot, like my glasses are fogging up.
Yeah.
It's been raining.
Probably best I didn't wear mine. Chris, if you're listening, hurry up, man. We gotta light up.
There he is.
There he is.
He's walking in like freaking Undertaker.
Yeah, right?
What's up, boys?
Oh, yo, player.
Saving the family. We got an arachnid infestation.
That time of the year, huh?
Dude, it is. Got a little bit of rain last week. It's 102 degrees in the garage right now. We're feeling it.
That's what it feels like here.
Got that humidity going.
The air's so thick you can't even breathe.
Dude, man, I got the carpet going, the shag, you know. Oh. For snakes and cigars.
That's right. Chris, what do you have?
Dude, I'm taking out one of these Black Irish.
I'm so jealous.
Nice.
I want to try those so bad.
Yeah, I need to send you one. I got 5 of them.
Nice.
Because I got a regular EMH as well. What is that? Red Witch?
Yep.
Hey, Red Witch. Yes. I had a guy asking about those yesterday. He's like, y'all got any Red Witch? I was like, man, we're super low on a lot of Gurkha stuff right now. But I'm about to go get like my stupid ass headband out of my car.
Yeah?
Yeah, dude, it's so fucking hot here.
Straight up 1992. You and Jemima. Oh, man.
Justin, I do want to note one thing for you.
What?
Yeah, on these, the band isn't glued on.
I mean, that's the nice thing about Neanderthals too, is because it's tapered, it just slides right off. But any other Romacraft, it's like get a pair of like surgical scissors, or the ones EMTs use to cut clothes off people.
Yeah.
Use it on these. I haven't had a red witch in a hot minute.
I think it's only the second one I've ever had. I just grabbed it today.
There's a handful of Gurkha stuff that I do like, but for the most part, none of their. Some of their stuff just never really did it for me.
Yeah, I just like started smoking cigars heavy probably like 3 months ago, so I'm still fucking new to all this shit.
You need to get, if you can hunt down Romacraft.
Yeah, I know, dude. My places locally have it. I've been looking because you always talk about them.
I'm gonna legit get this tattooed on my body one day. Like, it's gonna happen. I don't even care. That's how much I love Romacraft. Like, I will do it.
Tramp stamp?
Yes.
Yeah, that would be a good tramp stamp. It would. Hey, is this the first time that all four of us have smoked? Like everyone
it is.
Show is actually smoking?
It is.
I think so.
That's phenomenal, man.
I am pairing mine with a Monster Ultra Paradise. Ultra Paradiso.
I got a Cold Fire Brewery Italian style Pilsner.
And
What a hip.
It's delightful.
Maddie, what are you drinking?
Just
My
local
pee.
shit. Basically.
Oh,
Yeah.
Dude, Dan Colgan, I am so jealous. I would kill for like fall or winter weather right now. I am counting down the friggin' days, man.
How hot's it over there in South Carolina, dude?
I mean, it's like 90, but with the humidity, it literally, you get sticky. Like, as soon as you walk out, your skin just feels like it's horrible.
Yeah, dude, it's like 100 here. It sucks.
And yeah, it's not even peak season yet. Like, it's only going to get worse, but it sucks because the AC in my car doesn't work. I have to get the belts tightened. And so my car, it gets like, it's like an oven. And so when I get in there, I have to roll all the windows down. Even then, it's still hot as balls. It's just, I'm so tired of sweating. Burning calories, though.
Hell yeah. Matt, where you at?
Missouri, dude.
Nice.
Yeah, it sucks.
Y'all aren't. I know that. Man, I'm not best with geography, but that hurricane's coming up through Louisiana. Is that going to get some water on y'all?
Maybe. We usually don't get too affected. We might get a little bit of rain, but nothing too bad.
It'd have to come up pretty far north.
Chris says, I'm not a veterinarian or nothing, but y'all are going to get that hurricane, right?
Y'all got him. Dude, I was for sure with the way 2020 was going, Corpus was getting hit first. Like, for sure. Like,
Yeah.
But we got a pretty good one a couple years ago, and that rocked us. So hopefully we get a couple year break.
sorry, boy. The internet went out.
Good, man. I am sorry that the sun is like mental right now.
You're just a silhouette. You're just the shadow of a man.
Just a cigar slowly going in.
It is interesting how, like, you can tell that Justin and I are obviously East Coast because of, like, the level of brightness, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, as soon as my battery hits 100%, I'm going and sitting on the porch. I'm getting out of this fucking garage, dude.
I was going to sit on the backyard, but this is my spot with a charging port.
Y'all can hear the screaming cicadas with me.
Nice.
Whose bird is that?
That's me, man.
So, Matt, I started watching your new YouTube video earlier. I got to finish it, but I got as far as you were showing your sea serpents incubator, which I'm jealous of. I need to get my hands on one at some point. And not that the one I have doesn't work. I don't know. There's something I feel like I want something that's meant to be an incubator, not something I made into an incubator.
Right, dude. Yeah, that's how I was. Yeah, I love it, dude. Works great. No issues.
Jesus.
My homemade ice chest with heat tape and water bottles has kind of sufficed for staying around 78, 80 for my gecko eggs. But my corn snake eggs that I put at 82 that should have hatched in 61 days are now on like 72 days, and I'm like, all right, maybe we're getting a. I'm for sure getting a sea serpent's hot box this year.
Two of my 5 Baird's eggs are on their way out. They're not looking so hot. So hopefully the remaining 3. One of them looks like it might be on the fence. So I'm hoping they all go. I hope I don't lose the whole clutch. I will be very bummed.
What are you incubating them in?
Yeah.
Vermiculite.
Yeah, it's the eggs in, because I've been using vermiculite for everything. Now I've switched over to Paralite, but I've never had an issue.
Yeah. At some point, I will try that aquatic plant soil I've been talking about. I just haven't been brave enough to do it yet, but we'll see. I'm gonna pair her again, probably next month, because then that'll have given her, a solid 2.5 months to kind of bounce back a little bit. I've been feeding her a lot and all that good stuff. So she's already put back on weight. She looks pretty close to normal again.
Kaluba's bounced back fast.
Yeah, dude. I mean, it was like within 2 meals, she was like, I'm fine.
Yeah, they're back to normal. My corns were really good this year. I
want to pair those corns too. I've been kind of waiting for the male to come out of quarantine and make sure that everything's all right. But I'm anxious to get them paired.
I was cleaning and weighing today, and my male Kankakee bull had just like destroyed his tub. It was an absolute exorcist mess. And I weighed him, and he's just hit 1,000 grams, just over 1,000 grams. And I was like, all right, you know what? I'm cleaning the tub. I'm gonna stick him in with the female. She's 1,300 grams. She's 3.5 years, so that's pretty big for that locality.
Yeah.
And dude slid him in, and he just started doing the little itch, the little.
Yeah, the herky jerky.
Yeah, and that's way off season for bulls, and usually bulls won't go out of season. But I went ahead and just shut the tub and let him hang out for the day. I'm gonna take him out in the morning.
So you enjoy yourself, young bud.
I was like, you know what?
What's up, Andy?
Do it. Practice ain't gonna hurt nothing.
That's right.
Yes.
Like I told Phil, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
Very true. And your advice paid off today.
Yeah.
On a good note, I got a phone call from Herr Wagner, and my rack system will be in the mail post-date.
Awesome.
Nice. That's gonna be such a badass rack, man.
Yeah, I just got to drill the tubs now.
Have you thought about using so when I do holes in all my tubs, I use a soldering iron.
That's what I normally use. And
yeah,
my whole thing was I wanted to make this holes really, really small. I wanted to do like pinholes, but like 1,000 of them. And,
okay.
And I didn't want to. I like the soldering iron because it melts the rim and there's no sharp edges, and if you're patient, you can make it look nice and uniform. But Henry's basically been preaching to me, and Justin too, about using the step a little bit. And I'm going to do that because I'm afraid that like if I don't know how the Cambro tub is going to melt. I've never done it before.
True.
So I figure if I would rather try and drill it nicely, and if it cracks, I'll just buy another tub, or opposed to melting it and having the hole too big, and then it's useless and I have to buy another tub anyway.
Yeah, see, hold on. Let me grab the one I got.
Matt, you ever use Cambros or no?
No, I haven't used them yet. I want to, but I haven't.
I got one with a really tiny tip on it. Oh, man, you can barely see that. See how sharp it is?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
So, because especially with some of the small geckos, I was really worried, especially like when I was breeding the Phelsuma. So, yeah, this one you can just tiny little bit. But this is, I forget which type this is, but the brand, fuck, I don't know, whatever that says.
Yeah. Yeah, I have a whatever Home Depot brand is, the red one, I think, red and black, whatever it is. And I have a good tip. It's not as pointy or tapered as yours, but I found that when I go gentle, it pulls a ring on the bit, which then deforms. Like after I get through like 5 or 6 holes, I have to tilt it and let it drip off and clean it. And then I got to keep going. So I don't know if it's the metallurgy, the tip I'm using, or maybe because the tip I'm using is wider than yours. I don't know.
Does yours have selectable heat setting? This one has you can select the heat on it.
No, you plug it in. It has 3 LED lights, and you plug it in and you wait till it starts smoking.
And it's good to go.
Yeah. But like, and normally the hole that I'm using is maybe a 32nd to 1/8 of an inch, right? Very, very small. But I want a few thou, because if I'm putting in, tree vipers that give birth to babies, and I don't want like a runt to be in there and weasel his way out,
Yeah. Or you'd be moving a tub and him get a little tooth out there, which is scary.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm with Brendan. I'm a drill guy.
Drill.
Let's take your time with it. Yeah.
Drill, baby, drill.
Yeah, that's honestly, with the exception of Chris right now, everyone tells me, they're like, I use a drill. I don't use a soldering iron. I'm like, well, I'm lazy and I want to go,
I wish I had one here.
Yeah, I don't like the fumes. I'm not patient enough.
Yeah, I got to do it outside because of the fumes. It sucks.
It's definitely a time sink. For a lot of the geckos now, I use a 2-inch hole saw, and then I have those DIY vents, the ones that stick in and they're soft on the inside and fold out. Yeah. But I don't know if you want the mesh. I don't like mesh with snakes for the most part. That's kind of me.
With my luck, I'll buy the wrong silicone or the wrong glue, and they'll pop the screen off, and I'll be screwed.
Yeah, and also snakes just always have a tendency to rub more than lizards, and it only takes a few times and then they fuck up.
Yeah. Yeah, but I do like when you do it's like a miniature doorknob bit, right? And then you just drill the big pilot hole. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
There you go, Dan. My thoughts exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's true, Brendan.
That on a side note, that episode y'all did with Kyle Vargas?
Yeah.
Man, that was badass.
Dude.
Great episode.
That was a good one.
Yeah. That was like a top 10 episode as a listener. That was awesome.
I don't know, like Phil, man, he's such a good co-host, because I know, I don't have to worry about him not asking, not saying anything, or feeling like he's just kind of there to be there. I know he's going to ask engaging questions. I know he's going to ask good questions that I wouldn't have even thought of. He completes me.
Aww.
I think Jake's a great co-host too. Y'all gotta get some.
Yeah, but it's just with Phil. Like I said, not that I don't have to do this with Jake, but Phil, I just know, I'm very confident and comfortable with him taking the co-pilot seat, because I know he's gonna do, I don't have to worry about him. I don't have to be hey, dude, speak up, say something, I know he's just gonna do it. I don't have to think about it. He's my autopilot co-pilot.
That was it was great, dude. I listened to that episode Friday, and I listened to the whole thing straight. Man, I wish y'all would have gone on for another hour or two.
We easily could have, I'm sure. We were running the whole thing. We were running behind that night. That was scheduling got jacked up.
We could have easily pulled a Cody and done a 4-hour show, but the time change and Kyle getting out of work, and he's got kids and stuff. So I told him, I was like, listen, go home, get settled, take care of your family. When you're ready, call us. And Justin and I went to bullshit for an hour on the phone before the podcast.
An hour and a half.
Yeah, right.
Katie was pissed that night.
Yeah.
But we're talking about getting them on here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, that'd be awesome. That level of commitment and passion is derivative of a person's nature, man. That's so special. That's such a neat person and what he's doing,
I'm teasing you with my Loma Alta bears that shed today. That's all.
Yeah, the things are fucking awesome.
Dude, that's the best looking bears I have. Better than the Mexicans, better than the other randos that I have, better than the albino. Like this freaking Loma Alta, and the other one doesn't even look as good as this one does.
Yeah, that thing.
I need to get at least another pair from Dan of those. I think it's got to happen.
So I confessed myself and promised that I was done with Leopard Geckos, and I was just going to have Shrek after 3 years of kind of headaches with them, and 6 years of having Shrek, and I was like, all right, I got rid of all my pairs. Nobody was breeding anymore. And then did y'all see that baby that I hatched out?
Yeah.
The fucked up. And dude, I got with all my Leechy guys. Yeah, let's see if I can see it right here. It's not. So that's a green normal. I know the lineage on them, but it's not like a true. I don't have documentation, which is. And then this little brown guy that's just totally different hatches out. Here, I'll zoom a little bit. There you go. Completely a different color than any of the other Leechies. And I got with all the Leechy guys, and they're like, "Holy shit, I don't know what that is." It's, there's dark morphs and there's melanistics, and it's not that. And it might just be a duty brown one, and that's just how it came out. But now I've got to,
It looks good.
It's neat.
You know what's wild is Buddy Buscemi hatched out the first hypo green tree python recently.
Really?
Oh shit! I haven't seen that.
Well, he hatched it out, and it looked different. And so he asked around. He talked to Marshall Mendez, who does the albinos. He talked to a few people, and he was like, I don't understand. Like, it was definitely different. He wasn't sure. That he suspected it was a hypo. I think they actually did some genetic testing on it, and they found out that it is, in fact, a hypo. And kind of the most interesting thing is it came from two snakes that, I mean, they're nice, but they're not anything like crazy. They're not like sickness or any super high-end, like, crazy off the wall pairing there. I mean, they were two like green snakes.
Yeah.
And a hypo just popped up out of these things.
That's so badass.
So, I mean, that's just goes to show you, like, you never know what you're going to get with those things.
Dude, yeah, because Leechies go through a really big onogenic change. They change a ton. And you get pink ones and purple ones as babies, and they'll keep those colors. And then you'll get these really dark brown ones, and they stay really dark brown. Well, this line is the female is bred by the Hampers, pure Nuami, and then the male, he's Nuami. The seller knew he was Nuami, but there's no documentation. We don't have any back lineage, so as far as Leechy guys are concerned, it stops right there. It's a non-locale specific animal, but the pair next to each other, they're identical. They follow the attributes of that locality perfect.
Mm-hmm.
And they had produced last year. They produced one baby, a little green, normal looking Leechy, and then the first one popped out and it was this dark brown, and I was like, all right, weird. But then the second one popped out totally normal, and that's when I was like, all right. And they're already split up. That pair's been split up for like 3 months because they started ripping. Well, Justin, I sent you pictures of the females.
Yeah.
Dude,
nuts.
Battle toads. It was, dude, they're crazy. Those animals are fucking cool.
Speaking of chondros, dude, I'm getting mine Tuesday from Thaddeus finally.
No, hell yeah, nice.
Nice.
Which pairing was that? Is it one of the ones from the recent clutch, his last clutch?
No, it was like, it's been a few months, like when I first asked you if you knew anyone. So
okay, yeah.
Ybarra outcross
to
undocumented.
It was it one of the ones from this year though, or was it from his last year's breeding season?
It was last year's. I think it's like 1902 or something like that.
Okay, yeah. Man, Thad's doing some really cool stuff, dude. He's got some awesome snakes. Some of those ones he produced are turning out just absolutely stellar. He's getting into dart frogs a little bit too, which is pretty cool.
Jeez. So I'm vending a show in August, and I'm like the end of the row, and then there's a U shape that's 6 tables next to me, and it's like one of the biggest Texas dart frog guys, and I was like, God damn it, I already know. I'm just gonna be sitting there talking to him the whole time, and dude, I'm gonna come home with my pocket stuff.
They're addicting, man.
That's why I don't
They're so cool.
It's a very slippery slope.
You get one, you're gonna need fucking 30 of them.
They're so small. How much space could they take up?
Yeah, that was me and rat snakes. I was like,
later,
yeah, I was like, oh yeah, I gotta. These rat snakes are really neat. All right, I'm gonna get some more rat snakes, and then now I think I have all of them. So that sucks. Except for Stenocolis, still no Stenocolis.
So Matt, which chondro are you getting again?
It's a Ybarra outcross to an undocumented male. So
Nice.
yeah, that's my first one, dude. So.
Dude, I'm sorry, man, but like the whole undocumented, we don't know what's gonna come out. It's a mystery. Roll the dice. I love that shit.
I do too.
Yeah.
I really do. Like you have an idea with the Jayapura proven, but like it's just cool because I mean we know it's gonna be green. It's a green snake. It's gonna live on a tree. It's gonna have really pretty eyes. But like, dude, it could be a fucking kaleidoscope. You know?
I know, dude.
It's gonna be awesome.
That's one of the appealing things about them, dude.
Yeah.
Sure.
Dude, I'm so jealous. I want some chondros. I'm getting tired of hearing about them. They're beautiful, man.
I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it.
Chris, we'll talk, buddy. We'll make something happen.
I can't.
We'll
I can't
figure
have
something
them.
out. Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Well, then never mind. More for me.
Wildlife preservation is right there, and Fish and Wildlife aren't afraid to knock on my door. So it's a rough one, but man, I love them. They're great.
It must be Amazon tree boa baby season because I see a lot of people selling Amazons right now.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
June seems early, but yeah, it might be. Depends on who's breeding them, I guess.
I'm doing my usual fauna scoping, seeing if there's anything worth showing the people.
I'm trying to get this glare out of you. I'm sorry about that sunshine.
It's all right.
Where's
We still
Hold
see
my
you.
hand here.
there's a nice Cadmium County, Texas rat for sale. That's pretty cool. I don't know where cadmium is, but cadmium.
Cadmium. I believe it's a type of hypomelanism. It's a recessive trait. Cadmium is it's one of the elements.
Oh,
I believe. I think. Fuck. Could be wrong. Super wrong.
oh man, there's someone selling bears, but they want 200 a piece for them, which is steep.
Yeah. Don't do that. that I'm not gonna say it. But yeah. So Matt, what all kind of stuff do you work with?
Just right now, man, leopard geckos and ball pythons. Pretty much like everyone else, ball pythons.
Can't say that, bro.
Ball pythons are amazing. They really are. There's some beautiful animals out there. They're I really like active animals. So I've never really worked with them. And also, I found out they're illegal. But looking at them, man, it's hard to say that they're not just gorgeous. There's so many crazy things going on.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, dude.
You know what's interesting is when I was walking the dog this morning, I was listening to you can get Herp Nation Radio's old shows on Google Play. So I was listening to like his episode Mutton's show with Paul Harris this morning from like 2016. And
Nice.
He was talking about how he was expecting like 7 or 8 clutches of ball pythons, and he was talking about how he kind of obviously he doesn't focus on those because it's Nick Mutton, but he has a few that he does on the side, and it got me thinking. I was like, it would be kind of interesting to see like what all the hullabaloo is about. But then I thought about it. I was like, I'd probably, no matter what combination of balls I had, they would probably be something that was like done 20 years ago, where they're like, oh yeah, Mojave and a pastel, real original. Like those babies are worth $20 a piece. Yeah.
Dude, you can't. Some of the double recessive stuff and albino pieds. Still, every time I see an albino pied in person, it's
I
still
don't think I've even
breathtaking,
seen an albino pied before. Let me look.
Dude, they're fucking beautiful. And then I think the lavender albino pieds are
The dreamsicles. Yeah.
Dude, dreamsicles are. Oh my gosh.
Those are cool.
The
See, I'm weird, man. Like Mojave is just a regular Mojave and a regular pastel. Like those are my favorites. I like the highways; those are pretty cool. But I'm super ignorant of like 90% of what's going on with ball pythons.
Yeah, I like lessers. That's like a real simple one, but
lessers are nice.
I keep getting the Facebook wants me to buy that fucking poster with all the different ball python morphs on it. You guys know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
And like, I'm sure there's more than the poster has, but like, every single time that spam ad comes up, I zoom in and I look at every single one and I'm like, holy shit, there's like 190 of them or something.
Oh yeah, dude, if you go on
there's so
market,
many.
like Morphless on that, it's ridiculous.
Oh, is it? I never looked, to be honest.
Shit I've never even heard of. Like,
People just making shit up.
Oh, yeah.
I'm infatuated with corn snakes, and dude,
Nah.
corn snakes are still. I mean, just an AML corn snake. You see one, and you're just like, fuck, it's a beautiful animal. Okay, if it's $10, it's just.
Did you see those Sherman line like Okatee hunt clubs that Chris Montross had?
Yeah.
I was messaging about those this morning. I was like, if you got any extra males, let me know.
Dude, his stuff, my extreme Okatees from him, they're Sherman line and then line bred actual Okatee hunt club.
Right, and that's what we were talking about, because Jasper County, like the Okatee Hunt Club, that's like 20 or 30 minutes from me and Bratz. Like, it's in our county technically.
But now, Chris, did you go to Sherman today?
I've never herped out there, but I've always wanted to. Huh?
What's up, Chris?
Didn't you post a Sherman picture today or yesterday?
It was a couple days ago, but that's his. He doesn't call those Sherman lines. Those are his extreme lines because they're mixed lines.
Okay.
Dude, and I think they sold out already this year when he had the clutch. But dude, those things are electric, absolutely electric.
Yeah. Well, I'm thinking, like, I have that really nice little female that I got like going on 2 years this year ago. I'll send you the picture, but I feel like if I got a male and mixed it with that would produce some really good looking stuff. Let me see if I have.
Dude, yeah.
I'm gonna send it to you, Chris.
My reverse Okatee female, the eggs that I have that are about to hatch are to a normal striped tessera that's het AML. So I should be able to draw some Okatee tesseras out of her, which was kind of the plan out of that. Because dude, her she's a high red reverse Okatee, and she shouldn't have any hets according to the breeder. So that would be awesome. Get some Okatee tessera stuff.
Cool.
I love tesseras too.
Dude, tesseras. That's one of the coolest. And I know there's the speculation that it may be a hybrid animal. I don't think it is. And talking to big time king snake guys, it doesn't sound like it is.
Mm-hmm.
But people think egg structure, and you only get that weird long egg like a king snake out of the females. You'll never, my male tessera to my female, the eggs came out like normal corn snake eggs. So I don't know. And I Don Soderbergh was the originator of that line. So I such a big name in the hobby, I wouldn't see, generating any type of falsehood to that.
Yeah.
I'll have to take a new picture because that one I had is gone for some reason. But that little female with one of those Sherman males, I think would look really good. And it's interesting because it's almost not even. I mean, it is outcrossing, I guess, but at the same time, it's not because they are technically from the same county. Yeah. They're not that far apart. Like that part of town that one actually came from is actually just over.
Yeah,
it's 4 miles away, but it's not that far. Yeah, it's that one little female that looks kind of like that one that I showed you before.
Yeah, dude, those ones you showed me are badass. That whole idea of outcrossing, these lines, these Sherman lines, these Abbott Okatees lines, they're all outcrossed to generate that look. They're no longer F1s, F2s. And then at what point do we get our F3s, F4s, F6s, F15s? And it's not even. You're picking the best to keep behind. That's what you're working with, right? So at what point do we say they're no longer locality or Phil, right. You said something about that Miami phase that I had.
Yeah.
And it was Miami because
right.
They don't look like that. It's been line bred to generate that look.
But what's funny is, and I've said it before, is I've got Miami phase corns literally 70, 80 miles north of the Dade County line. So like we're 60, 70 miles north of Miami, and I got Miami phase, And then if you go 30, 40 miles northwest of that, there's naturally occurring antheristics. And you can't tell. I'll be honest, I don't think they're Miami phase antheristics. I think they're just normal corn antheristics because of the fading and the blushing on Miami phase, you would see that, and you would see like the grays and the different shades of the grayscale in the anery, which you don't get. So I'm imagining it's normal. But like
those aneries they're Devil's Garden, I think is what they call them.
I don't know.
Area.
Well, no, because I've got them like almost 100 miles east of Devil's Garden, because every time I go to Devil's Garden, everyone's like, "Oh, you got to go to this spot and that spot," and then I get like within 100 miles, and I'm like, "Oh yeah, that's by Tampa. Fuck that!" And I'm not driving all the way out there.
Yeah,
it's like 3 hours to Billy's house, and like he's like probably 30 minutes from Devil's Garden.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, but what I was gonna say is
oh boy,
those guys that are like F-15, F-12, Okatee, whatever. I can't imagine why someone who's line breeding for like the best Shermans, why wouldn't you want to get like that? Like find someone who has a fresh oak and put that in there. You know what I mean? Just freshen that shit up.
Yeah. There's line breeding is very important in our hobby. It's what's generated a lot of the animals. But at the same time, outcrossing and going back to wild caught stuff, if done responsibly, is kind of what also needs to happen as well. And generating that same look or attributes, it's extremely important.
Well, I have lucked out with these corns I have. I have 4 of them now, and I originally thought I had 2.2. I have 1.3.
Okay.
So, yeah. As soon as that male seems like he's on the up and up, he's been eating fine. He's been having really healthy looking BMs. He's going in with that girl, and it's gonna happen. And then the other 2, they'll probably won't be ready until I'm thinking probably next year. But I don't know, man. That's just a project I'm just super pumped about. I like the idea of like so many other lines that have been done, taking something and turning it into something, like creating it and folding it over itself repeatedly and over years and time, and I'm pretty pumped about it. And the Bairds,
the Bairds.
I'm not even in full swing with everything in my collection, but come the next 2 years, like between now and 2022, every year I'm going to have another pair of something to breed as far as what I have now and what I have growing out. So
yeah,
I'll be in full swing within the next 5 years with everything I have currently. And the Bairds, I'm super pumped about those, obviously. And me and I have the Mexican locality stuff. Ron Allen has the Mexican locality stuff. He and I have talked about swapping out some babies with one another just to kind of diversify our bloodlines, because my 2 Mexicans they're clutch mates. They are really good. So I would like to change it up and get some fresh blood in there, because there's so few people working with the Mexican locality bears in the first place.
And you can't get fresh blood. That's it.
Yep.
That's a big thing on a lot of the Mexican stuff. Like my Depijana and man, trying to diversify those bloodlines as much as you can is going to be important. Maybe not now, maybe not with the first couple of clutches, maybe not with the first 10 years, but in 30 years, it's going to be extremely important.
I need to talk to Noah about some northern pines. I think I want to get my hands on some of those at some point.
Dude,
I love the big northerns. They're so cool.
I think out of all of my stuff, as far as all the Pituophis, they are the most puppy dog, right? Like they don't hiss, they don't rattle. They're extremely good feeders. They're probably the number 1 never on the hotspot snake. And it's June, so mine are almost yearlings, and they could eat medium rats.
Wow.
They will get down. Them things are big. And those are from Tom Davis' Jersey Giant line, which is 3 different localities he line bred to get black and whites that just got monster.
Well, check this out. So there's a guy up in the Charleston area that bought a chondro from me a couple weeks ago, and he lives in the Francis Marion Forest area, which is a huge just reserve up that way. Let me find the picture. He sent me a picture of this northern they found recently, and thank God he's not telling anybody where these things come from. Look at that.
Oh
wow!
It looks like a Kankakee bull almost.
Dude, Charleston.
Bro, it looks like a desert king bred with a chain king.
Yeah.
I've never seen one that dark. And he's like this pocket up here. They have them. Like they're all dark like that. He's up in the Charleston area.
That's rowdy.
That's the coast.
Cool. That's awesome.
Let me see. I'm trying to figure out what he said. He said, "Yeah, it's Francis Marion. Apparently, they're all dark like this first one I found. First one I found ever. Second rare species in Francis Marion. Found it helping out with an ARC site."
Nice.
Tell him to hit up your boy. You know, I got these gargoyle geckos for days.
Yeah, man, dude, but nothing beats a Jersey Black. I'm sorry, man.
Dude, that's insane.
Yeah.
That's
nothing
insane.
beats a Jersey Black.
That's a seriously neat animal. Man, think so. You know, there's a line of albino northerns. Imagine an albino with that thing. It would look fucking ridiculous. Jeez.
Those ass saddles, absolutely.
It's badass.
Yeah, dude. And I don't the reason I'm so attached to the northerns is because my first job was at a nature center out in actually the Jasper County area. And we had this absolute monster of a northern, dude. That thing was easily 6 foot, and I mean, like, fat, like freaking huge. And that thing hated everybody. It was so loud, like when it was hissing, dude, you could hear it across the building. I mean, that thing was just so freaking impressive. And it had like this giant, like snapping turtle shell that it hit under.
That's awesome.
And every time I went to go feed it, I just put that rat like right in front of that hole, and it would hit so freaking hard. I would jump every time I had to feed it. So every like 2 weeks or once a month or however it was, I'd like very gingerly be like, "Here, just take it," and you'd hear him start hissing, or sometimes you wouldn't even hiss. He'd just grab it and just, I mean, with force, man, just like rip it out of those tongs. It was like, holy shit.
Northerns hit hard. They're ready to go. Mine now, what I do when I feed them is I put the rat, or sometimes I like to give them a couple mice, or I give them chicks. They love chicks, and I just put it on a little paper plates. Just open them up and whoop, drop them in.
Yeah, Brandon, I was going to ask you. I literally was just about to ask you. Are your Jenny like the more yellow ones? What's up, Jean? The yellow ones, or like the more of the rusty, like earth tone ones? Because I'm torn with that. I'm torn, like, do I like the highlighter, like hypo looking ones, or do I want those like rusty earth? Because like I'm a junkie for brown snakes, man. Like that's just.
Oh, dude. Brown snakes are the best, dude. It's a thing.
Oh man.
Some of the Deppy Johnnies. Mine are like high orange line. They were bred by a guy here in Texas. So mine are like tons of orange, and then they go down into lots of deep black. And I'm starting to see a little bit of that burgundy color in their saddles because mine are 3 years old, and they take a while. They're probably those in the vertebralis, which are the Bimaris vertebralis from the Cape Baja.
Mm-hmm.
They're really slow growers. They'll eat just as much as everything else, but they're slow growers. Or at least mine, in my case, they have been. And they go through a huge color change. But dude, the John Eye, man, I wish we could get some more wild stuff from Mexico because there's so many different color variations of those things.
Yeah, man.
So much.
What's up with the Trans Pecos, yo?
Dude, they're really neat. They're really neat.
It's gotta happen.
So I went. I got the luck of going on a nice night cruise trip. We were targeting Nipropeltis annulata, and I got to go with my buddy John, who's local here, who's really well known for his work with Mexicana and Leonis stuff. Mm-hmm. And like he wrote all of the Reptiles magazine articles. He's like the guy, and he kind of took me out and showed me how he rode cruises for him and what he does. And
sounds
we
like
talked
we should get
long time with him. No, he's not only is he studious about these animals, he knows the entire lineage of every Mexicana complex animal that's been bred since like day one. I mean,
he's old enough to know it.
Yeah, and he's dude. He works with all of it. He's got hundreds of snakes that he breeds. But he took me out, and we were talking about West Texas, because that's like his jam, dude. He loves going to West Texas. And he was like, I was like, yeah, man, I got to go out there. I got to get some Subox. And he was like, dude, you're going to get out there. You're not even going to want Subox anymore. There's going to be so many of them. He said they're just everywhere. There's Subox everywhere.
Nice, Brennan. That's good shit. Little mix of everything. I like it. But now, Chris, your ones that you said were getting more maroon on the saddles. That's like first, third, and up, right?
So no, in the middle of the snake. So mine, their heads are orange. Let me grab a pic real quick. Mine, the heads are all orange, and then it goes down into the pattern section on their kind of their midriff, and that's here. I don't know if y'all be able to see this. So that's the orange. That's the orange head.
Oh wow!
And then you can kind of see the
it's like a Woma.
Yeah, you can see the burgundy start coming in.
Oh yeah, that's great, dude. It's like a banded Woma.
Dude, I went looking for the breeder that produced these animals for a long time to get them with that huge sock head, that huge orange sock head. And the males have a lot more orange than the females. And
let me get y'all.
They're a great species to work with, dude. They're also they are not so much as the display snakes. They're not hissy. They're as babies though. I would say they're a little nippier, which I mean, so they're not. It doesn't have venom in there. It ain't gonna hurt.
I had a baby that I got just like it was in the pet shop for like $100, and I was like, I know what that is. Somebody made a mistake, and I bought it, and I got it like 2 foot, and I gave it to my boy Carlos, and he got it like 5.5 foot, and at like the 6 or 7 year mark, it just died out of nowhere.
Ooh.
Yeah, and like he was looking for the perfect girlfriend. It was male. He was looking for the perfect girlfriend, and he just died. I have no idea why. We still don't know why.
That's a bummer. They, I know that they are a cooler temp snake also.
That may have been
kind of
he keeps
80-81.
Okay.
It's kind of weird, and I think y'all had a guy Justin on your show talking about Pituophis. A lot of people keep Pituophis.
Yeah, that was
really
Noah.
Hot.
Yeah, that was Noah.
No, dude, they keep them really hot, but it turns out they just absolutely excel. They grow faster. They're more a little more timid, just at lower temperatures. I mean, my stuff, all my hot sides on all my Pituophis is 81 degrees. The only ones I have a little hotter are the Cape Baja vertebralis, and that's just what I've read is they like to get up a little closer to 84.
Are you friends with Noah on Facebook or anything? Noah Zalesnik?
I probably, man, I don't think so.
I mean, you guys
not on
keep
Facebook.
so much of the same stuff. I'd be surprised if you guys didn't know each other in some format.
Yeah,
I do keep so much of the same stuff.
Need to link up with them, man. And the Pituophis community is great, but it's also kind of a tough. I have found, and I'm saying this kind of from the outside in, joining it over the last 4 years. It's a tough cookie to crack, man. A lot of these guys are kind of set in their ways, and they're old school. There's not too many, maybe second, third generation herpers doing it. And also the people, it takes a special person to keep snakes that get 6-7 foot long and shit bigger than me. I am constantly impressed with these animals' poop.
Yeah. Most important question is, Matt, how's that Gurkha?
Dude, it's good, man. I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, how are those sticks looking? How's everybody enjoying those cigars?
I'm slacking. I'm slacking big time. I'm savoring this fuck.
Matt, you plan on getting into any like colubras or anything outside of balls? You getting into Morelia or anything like that? And plan to?
Morelia, dude. Like the chondros, I want some more of those. But I've actually been talking to Eric Burke about if his diamond lays this year, getting a pair from him.
Yeah,
that's what I want. Some diamonds. I want to get some diamonds, more chondros, and some Brettles. Really what I'm looking
dude,
for.
you got to get Brettles, man.
Got to get the Brettles.
Oh,
got to do it.
I've been trying to get on Burke's list for inlands. I've been trying to keep putting the bug in his ear, like, keep me posted. You let me know.
Yeah, dude, inlands are underrated. But everyone's been talking them up. They're going to get up there soon.
I think they will. And, like, I want those more than I want rough skills right now, which a lot of people think is just plain blasphemy. But I'm like, I want rough skills too. But right now, inlands are much more attainable. And because there's, I think there's, I mean, it might be a stretch to say, but I think there might be more people keeping rough scales than there are inlands right now in the country.
You think?
Yeah, Yeah,
I think it's possible.
Really? I don't know about that.
It's
Man.
not far off and just from what I've seen on social medias and stuff like that. I don't think it's that far.
But how many people are like, look at my pair of roughies I have. Look at my pair of roughies I have. I have these 2 amazing roughies. And then you got a guy who has like 6 inlands who's like, I'm not posting pictures. They don't need to know. You know what I mean?
I don't know. I'd be showing those things off like crazy.
But I'll tell you what, though. Everyone loves posting baby pictures. We love doing it. We love seeing it. But I never see, look at this clutch of inlands. You know what I mean? Like, I never see that.
That's because no one gives them the proper due, the proper time.
Or is it because it's like scrubs and they're sold amongst the core group of individuals?
Very possible.
You know, because that's the other thing too, is like until I started to like dig for scrubs, dude, I never saw babies for sale ever. I never saw clutch hatch pictures. I never saw any of that. And like, it's not because they're not breeding them. Oh, they're breeding them. They're just not showing anyone because it's all that inner circle nonsense.
I don't know. I'm on Mutton's website right now looking to see if he has any for sale.
I'm just saying.
Breaking into those inner circles is kind of seemingly the hardest part of this hobby.
Yeah, but part of me doesn't want to. Part of me doesn't want to. Part of me wants to find someone who is happens to be getting rid of one, get that animal, wait a little while, someone's getting rid of another one, I'll get that one too, and guess what? I'm outside the circle, and now I got him. What?
Do you know that do you, man, and run it the way you want to run it?
Yeah, I mean, I'm known to talk. I haven't bred shit, but and I'll be honest, I'm gonna spill the beans right now. I'm gonna sell my male Nauda, my adult male Nauda. I'm gonna sell him.
What?
I am.
To me?
If you want him, it's yours. Actually, I talked to Billy a little bit about it because I didn't know how to like go about it because I don't want to just. This is gonna sound super bougie and super elitist, but I don't want to sell it to just anybody. I want to sell it to someone that really, really wants one, whether it be a pet or to breed
You
it.
get it just to mess with brats.
And like that's the thing is I really want to sell it to somebody that A is majorly passionate about it, and B hopefully can put him to good use if you catch my drift. Because like he's an awesome animal, but he needs to be bred. We need to make more of them so that more people can enjoy them in the US. So I had a couple of people I talked to, and the general consensus is everyone's going to be hesitant to buy him because no one knows where he came from. I don't know if he's a long-term captive. I don't know if he's captive bred. He looks fantastic, but I don't know. I don't even know if it's really a him. I mean, I haven't probed him because I just haven't wanted to. So I still need to actually probe him. But doing like the speed bump test, he feels totally like a boy. So unless I would.
So
And,
without speaking with too much ignorance, Bill, what kind of snake is this?
Tannenbar python.
Oh, okay.
It's a scrub.
Tannenbar scrub. So I mean, and that the other thing too is like I don't appreciate him. I need to. So like I got him and I love him. He's awesome. He eats like a monster. I don't feed him more than every other week. I keep him really lean. And if you go in there, he will rip your face off. But then when you take him out, dude, I don't do it. I could kiss him on the head. I put him around my neck. I clean the cage with him around my neck. He just chills. So like whoever had him before me must have broken him because he does not act like a scrub out of the cage. In the cage, he'll rip your face off. So which I
if Jake randomly came over one night to record and I just had that thing sitting here and be like, oh yeah, Phil just sent that to me. How do you know? I didn't even pay for it. Like he would absolutely shit a brick. And it would be amazing.
What I should do is
Just scrub python just hanging out.
I should send it to you, and then you do that on the air, and Jake will be like, "Whoa, what do you like? Do one of like your one-on-ones with him, and then Jake will be like, "What are you doing?" And you'll be like, "Oh, by the way, Phil sent this up to me," and just like put it around your neck, and then he'll be like, "What the fuck?" And then you'd be like, "By the way, here it's from Phil. Just give it to him."
Fuck that, I'm keeping it.
Dude, shit, kidding.
That would be the cutest video ever.
You'd be like, where'd you get that? That looks like the one Phil had. I don't know. I got it from some guy in Florida.
Some crazy guy down there.
Right.
It was on Craigslist. I got it for free. Someone was rehoming it. It's a
Yeah,
rescue.
the way that I look at it, it's going to take me forever to find an adult female, and if I do, it's going to be an arm and a leg because I'm not in the inner circle. And every single time there's babies available, they're all sold amongst
The inner circle.
And then
the 6 guys who've been working with them, and
right. And I actually found an ad, which I thought was hilarious. I found an ad on Underground Reptiles' old website before they did the update. So this may have been like 2017, maybe. And they had baby ones that were farmed babies for $175. And I was like, where was I for this? Like, I'm there 4 or 5 nights a week. Where was I for this? Like, I didn't see these things.
The saving grace for finding another one is going to be Maleri, without a doubt. He's going to be the only guy that's going to – if there's anybody that has even a chance of getting him in easily, it's going to be him.
Yeah, but like the way I look at it is I don't appreciate it the way it needs to be appreciated. You know what I mean? It's not my thing. I thought it might be my thing. It's not. So I'd rather have him go to a really good home where someone's going to love him and baby him and breed him and be good.
You can parallel
to talk about that.
You can parallel some of the stuff that Kyle talked about the other day. If every snake isn't your favorite snake, if every gecko's not your favorite gecko, why are you working with it in the first place?
You're right.
You know, if every time you see it, you're not excited. I moved one of my now. To be completely honest, sometimes I've worked with gargoyles for many years. There are groups that I've had just because I knew they made money, right? Like I could sell these babies easy.
Sure.
$150 a piece, wholesale style.
But you're still a gargoyle, dude.
Yeah.
You
tons of gargoyles, yeah.
But and those animals, you got them for a reason.
Yeah. Well, I had a project, a trio that I moved out 2 months ago, and I was just like, you know what? I've been working with this group for a year and a half. I've sold these babies. It's my high yellow line. They have produced some of the most amazing yellow gargoyles that I've ever even seen. And I literally was like, I'm not excited when I see these things as I am. Even the reds are more common. Some of the orange stuff I'm working with is more common. It just wasn't it's not what drove me on it. And so, I mean, and that parallels that idea, be completely excited about it. I want to switch this. I want to switch this knob just a little bit. It's gonna, instead of snakes and stogies, it's gonna be geckos and gurkhas. And Matt's gonna talk about leopard geckos for a little bit because I want to know about some geckos.
I've been waiting. Let's get the riot up in here, bro.
I had some as a kid. One of them bit me on the thumb and it hurt.
We all have owned leopards, and they were all awesome.
Dude, I bred leopards a million years ago, but I also worked with some hard wiki eye for a little while, and they're fucking cool.
Dude, like one of the worst bites I took was from a leopard gecko. That shit fucking hurt.
Dude, geckos bite for keeps, dude.
They do.
Dude, I know. The same one that got me, my buddy, his girlfriend was over, and she was wanting to hold one. And she had him out, and dude, I turned around, next thing I know, there's blood all over my floor. I'm like, what the hell?
Oh, my God. Ooh.
Yeah, dude, got her good.
I had mine on one of those little leashes, the ones where you put their feet through the front. Give me a break, all right? I was like 10. Okay.
Yeah.
And I went to go pick it up, and it was not having any of it, and it just.
First animal I ever had that was mine, my own,
they bite?
Was a leopard gecko, and we found out it was a girl, and my mom was like, "What are you going to name it?" And I had just found out that my grandmother on my mother's side, her name was Margarita, and I just found out that the neighbors used to call her Rita, and I was like, "I'm going to name it after Nana. I'm going to name it Rita." And my mom was like, "Okay." And then my mom told my grandmother that I named the gecko after her, and she was morbidly disgusted. It's disgusting. It's got the fleshy tail, and why would you name it after me? Why would you name it after me?
That's when you save it and you say, because it's beautiful like you are, grandmother.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
Which could also be an insult. She could also be like, fuck you.
You say I look like a fucking gecko?
Yeah.
So Matt, what lines of leopards are you working with? What kind of stuff you got going on?
Dude, I got tangerines. I got some Trimper albinos. I got from Ron Trimper before he sold the company.
Nice.
Some bolds, clips. White and yellow is probably my favorite.
Oh, dude, that high contrast stuff is killer.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
really cool.
Dude, they crack me up. The babies when they hatch, they're screaming every time, no matter what, dude.
They're just freaking out.
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah.
I really want some of those native ones that we were talking about at one point.
Native.
The ones out west that look like leopards, but they're not. The bandits. Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
Yeah,
I have, God damn it, Coleonyx mitratus still.
Yes.
Oleonyx.
Oleonyx.
So those are going to be the ones I'm still working with are down south. They're the South American bandits. And you go a little further, you get the elegans, which are the Yucatan Peninsula banded geckos. And then we have brevis, which a lot of people are starting to work with brevis. They're kind of the same care as knobtails and leopard geckos. They all kind of fit into that little warm temperature, 90 degrees norms. And then you got variegatus if you go a little further. But now reticulated Coleonyx, which are reticulated banded geckos, are Coleonyx reticulatus, are no longer they're whitelisted. They're no longer whitelisted. They're now blacklisted. You can keep them. You can breed them. You can have up to 14. You just can't sell them in Texas. But if you ship them out of Texas, which is completely legal, you can breed them and sell them, and they're huge.
Very cool.
I won't breed lemon
I am
frost.
not-
Dude. There's too many problems with that.
Yeah, I'm not hip to that. I don't know. Is that like a one that just has like problems? Is that like the spider of the gecko world?
That's worse. They get like tumors. Yeah, it's just not good.
Oh shit! Jeez.
Lemon Frost was the line that the first couple that popped out were auctioned off, I think, at Tinley, right? And then John Sosbro, I'm not sure if I'm saying his name, started working with them. And then they kind of started finding out there were little issues as they started line breeding them down.
Matt, you got any leucistic?
I mean, what?
Leucistic.
No.
I'm always eager to ask leopard guys about leucism because I'm sorry, but a bone white gecko is just cool to me. But they always gray out. And it's, to my understanding, it's sunburn from UV exposure. But then I've got guys I know that had them in a tub their whole life where they never got UVB at all, and they still grayed out. So I was going to ask that was actually one of the things I want to talk to you about tonight, was if you had them, if you noticed them gray out.
No, I don't have any leucistics.
Don't Blazing Blizzards, which is albino red eye,
Yeah.
also with leucistic, I think they stay pretty white.
Yeah. They do. I don't. Maybe it's because of the albinism in the melanin, so to speak.
Yeah, it
I think
deletes
that's
it.
a lot. But like anybody who has a straight leucistic that I've known personally, the thing grayed out. And like I told them, I was like, stop putting a light on them. Like I know it's good, but just don't. You're sunburning them. You know.
Mm-hmm. There's a line of leucistics in the Coleonyx variegatus, and they actually have but they're not white. They're kind of. I'm gonna Google it and see if I can't find a picture. They're kind of banana colored, and they started kind of get some speckling on the side.
Oh, that's kind of cool. So the one that I found in Tucson area, that would be variegata, right?
Yes. Yeah. So brevis ends, I believe, in New Mexico, and then just on the west side of New Mexico, it becomes variegatus, and then there's 3 different subspecies.
Okay. So while Chris is finding that picture, oh, there you go.
Oh yeah, it just looks like a white gecko, huh?
Yeah. Well, that's the flash, the glare.
Yeah, I'm not gonna get better. Yeah, it's kind of got I could compare it to a hatchling high yellow California king snake. You know how they kind of have that yellow hue, and then they have that kind of pink little dots.
Sure.
They look like they're amazing.
That's cool.
Shout out to Nathan Hall of Austin Reptile Connection. He works with about 90-something different species of geckos, and he's the one breeding those.
Yeah.
And he's a professional photographer and takes beautiful pictures.
Yeah, dude, I follow a ton of his shit on Instagram, man, but I didn't know he had that. Maybe I just
Dude,
because it was a morph.
He's got all of it. Dude, I sent you the pictures. The Nephurus, the Knobtails.
Yeah.
that my buddy's producing with the trio that I had,
Yep.
dude. I mean, they're literally almost having us. I should have made it work.
So remember I told you
kills
that
me.
I was going to hold off on anything for this year? I'm basically full of shit. So my one female that I was like so sure was going to drop a good set of eggs reabsorbed.
Really?
Swimmingmas.
And I literally checked I checked her whole tub because I've got like probably 4 inches of sand in each tub, and
Yeah.
the entire thing. I'm talking like sand sift. I was like, you know what? If I roll the eggs, I roll the eggs, whatever, and nothing. And then I just watched her get skinnier and skinnier and skinnier, and I was like, son of a bitch.
Dude, it is the most frustrating thing in the fucking world when geckos reabsorb.
Yep. So I've decided that I will probably get more sink this summer. So if your buddy still has them, come maybe August or whatever, I'll hit you up.
Yeah, I'll be he's vending the table next to mine. We worked together on a ton of projects in August, and I think he's already got 8 babies and still got eggs going. Dude, I had 0 luck with these things for a year. He's 30 miles north of me, maybe 25. And keeping him like he keeps his leopard geckos. He's a big leopard gecko breeder, and just started crushing them, dude. And he did the smart thing. Well, I don't know if it's a smart thing, but he does a dubia colony. He doesn't do any crickets. And so he got mine switched over to dubia. There's a little bit easier to supplement. They hold a little bit more powder and stuff, and they also eat a little bit more readily. Now all of his babies are only on dubia. That's it.
But now, is he tweezer feeding them, or is he just throwing them in there?
Got him in a bowl. He puts a little feeding dish in. Dude. And I was like so pissed. I had crickets and I had tears for a year with these fucking things.
Yeah. So Matt, how many geckos you got now?
Probably at least 20, maybe 30.
Awesome.
The babies.
Or the holdbacks too.
Probably just adults. I got like 15. And then I've got probably another 10 holdbacks. I got some babies I'm hatching this year I might get rid of. But
cool, man. What's what's your favorite to work with of what you got?
White and yellow with the high contrast tangerines.
Nice. Very cool.
Can't beat the Eclipse either. Those solid eyes. That's pretty badass.
Dude,
Dude, they're
and like you show it to someone and they're like, "Oh wow, that's really pretty." Like, no, look at it. Like, actually, look at it, and they're like,
"Yeah,
that's awesome."
So,
do you do racks?
Yeah, I got them in tubs. The
Kind
40
of
quart
most, kind of a most efficient way to do it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like 40, 41 quart.
Oh, nice. That's bigger than I imagined. That's awesome. That's super cool, man.
Yeah, I keep the babies in like 6 quart.
Yeah, props to having good sized tubs, man. Because, like, I don't know, I feel bad sometimes. I do. Because they're not a snake. You know what I mean? Like,
they move a little bit more. Yeah,
they are active. Yeah.
So Kyle sent me some of the. He had sent me a video like a month ago about. It was basically just like him showing me his pantry where he keeps all like the rodent food, and and so I texted him in the beginning of our show tonight, and I was like, "Hey, can you send me that video you sent me of your pantry with all your rodent food?" He's like, "Oh, I don't know what that video is, but here's just a couple of quick pictures." So that's like the main diet with all of the with all the different grains and oats and corn and peas and whatever else there. And then these are the live ones that he feeds to the rodents. And he says that's the coolest thing ever because you'd never expect your rodents to just be munching down on worms. But then he also does all these dried stuff. And like I never thought of it, man, because like I see these things all the time in pet stores, like freeze dried in a bag or freeze dried in a little can. Like the zoo. What, is it Zoo Man that makes it? They have like the candy crickets or whatever.
Yeah, one of those.
They're nearly as good, but what's funny is I've actually seen these for sale at an ethnic food market in South Florida for I guess people to munch on as a snack or something. I don't know.
Hell yeah.
And then these are the grasshoppers, same thing. They're like freeze dried or whatever. So, but I mean, this is crazy. This is what he's feeding his rodents. Like that's just awesome.
Dude. When I was listening to the podcast, I thought it was crazy, and he was talking about feeding them on the insects. Because I tried breeding rodents for a little bit, and I would never have thought about that. But it makes total sense when you think about it. Like they're eating that out in the wild.
Yeah. They're going up to each little stalk of grain and just plucking off each little grain nodule. Packing them cheeks full.
Do any of y'all breed your own feeders?
No.
I tried for probably like 6 months, but that's too much work.
Man, Matt, you're a brave man.
Yeah.
I'm massively allergic to mice.
Oh, are you?
Yeah, that's why you notice in my pictures I always have gloves on.
Yeah.
I'm allergic to aspen, pine, all that shit, and then I'm allergic to mice because they have all that on too.
No kidding. I was meaning to ask you, those gloves you have, those are textured on the palms? Where do you get those? What is that?
Those are mechanics gloves.
Oh, really?
And the reason I have those is because Amazon, due to the Corona epidemic and pandemic, was completely sold out of those blue ones. Here's what they look like. So when I'm working on cars, I use these. These are the orange ones, and they're a lot thicker, and they're a little bit more expensive, but they have a grip on them. I don't know if you can see it, but they're real tight, and they have a grip on both sides, and they're super thick. But they have this it's like a you've seen it if you're looking at the picture. You see the grip? Yeah, they're cool. They're not good for. They're bulletproof. It's kind of cool. You can get bit by a snake and they don't tear.
Nice.
They I don't know. I like the blue ones just because they're cheap, and I'm constantly swapping gloves. I constantly I'll wear my gloves, and then if I swap from geckos to snakes, I never want to cross contaminate. So I'll go through 3 or 4 sets of gloves a day, just to my hands don't literally just turn solid red and disgusting and get all cracky. So I just avoid it. But yeah, they're those Astro Grip SAS gloves. The ones I have that I've been taking pictures of have the protruding grips, and these orange ones here that I work on cars have the dimpled grips. So they make it a couple different kinds.
Yeah, I saw those black ones, and the black ones looked appealing to me. Like they have like the grip texture to it, almost like a golf, like a snake hook. But Matt, do you use gloves when you clean stuff or no?
When I clean, I use gloves. Not so much when I feed, but if I'm cleaning, I use gloves. My job, we have to use them, so I just fucking take them from work, But
yeah.
Allegedly.
Yeah. That's right.
Do you have any concerns? I've talked to a couple leopard gecko breeders with mealworm allergies.
Mealworm?
Have you ever heard about the buildup to mealworm dust?
I'm not worried. I haven't actually ever heard of that, but I'm not too worried. I used to, 10 years ago, I got really heavy into tarantulas, and I had a dubia colony, and I know a lot of people get allergic to those. I've never had problems with those, so I'm not too worried about it.
Yeah, I mean, I've only heard of it a few times, but people that breed and culture mealworms in large numbers, the dust that they produce can start causing allergic reactions, but only over time. It's you have a period of time until it starts.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I haven't heard of that with mealworms. I've heard of it with the dubias, but
yeah, I've gotten it with the dubias.
Dubias are fucking gross.
I'm convinced I developed an allergy to spitter venom because I hadn't been spit on in 6-7 years, and then about 2-3 months ago I got spit on twice a week with Henry, and not him spitting, you know what I mean.
I was all, bro, you can't go 6 years without getting spit on.
Whatever.
Yeah, right. And it's because, all right, so the one female that we tried to breed, she had some shedding issues, so we tubed her, and then after we were done tubing her, she was obviously not happy, so she got me on the arm and she got me on the leg, and I had an adverse reaction to it on my skin, and then another time we had taken her out to palpate her after she laid her eggs, just to make sure that everything was still kosher, and she didn't like that, so she spat on my leg again. And man, I'm convinced I might be allergic to it now, just because I never had a reaction from that shit ever.
Yeah.
But I wonder if it's you're cleaning feces all the time. You're breathing it in. People don't realize that they scrape the glass because there's like venom in the glass. They scrape the glass. It's like, no, that's horrible. You're breathing in pure enzyme.
Yeah.
So, but in terms of like rodents and like rodent block and like aspen and all that, like not yet. I mean, not yet. I haven't had any allergen issues to that.
That's Mine just, I'm allergic to grass too. Mine just
grass.
Yeah, if I mow the yard barefoot, it's a bad idea.
Oh, really? So for me, it's like breathing. So like when my mower guys are like doing the apartment complex, I stay in because like breathing that in, I get like an asthmatic reaction.
Oh shit! Yeah,
I mean, I'm not gonna die, but like I have an inhaler that I renew like every 5-6 years because I know that one day I'm not gonna be paying attention. I'm gonna go outside. The weed whacker guy is gonna blow a bunch of shit in my face, and I'm gonna start choking.
Yeah.
So
I'm gonna take a tangent real quick. I noticed Dominique DeFalco. Phil, that's one of your friends, right?
Yeah, Dom's our girl.
She sent us that picture of that snake.
Yeah, absolutely.
I am pretty sure it is some kind of a Lampropeltis ruthveni. It may be hybridized.
Yeah.
But if you look at some of the South Mountain ruthveni, they look just like that.
Do you think it could be a Jurassic ruthveni?
It could be. I mean, dude, if you look at some of the black heads on them, man, I suck with. I know I talk about this every time. They have that black head. They have those deep gray colors. A lot of so kind of learning a little bit more about Theri and Leonis and kind of that Mexicana complex. A lot of them have been hybridized. Dude, look how close that is to what she was posting.
Oh yeah, totally.
I would bet that it's mostly Greeri. I'm sorry, mostly ruthveni. And if it's not completely ruthveni, which it very very much could be, it probably has some Greeri in it, which is going to be So I don't know that I'm not entirely sure the common names of them, but yeah, I did a ton of research on like color phases and localities, and I think it's a ruthveni. In fact, I would go as far as saying if you're not breeding it, you're not looking for locality stuff or anything. I would just say it's a Lampropeltis ruthveni. I mean, it looks the part.
Yeah, or even if it's it's 2/3 ruthveni and 1/3 Theri.
Yeah.
Or better yet, I know a lot of people a few years back they did a bunch of Theri to corn crosses.
Yeah.
So it could be one of those two ruthveni.
Check this out. Oh hell yeah! The back of my chair just broke off.
Nice.
Now we're living that life. Those ruthveni. So they all used to be Mexicana complex, but now they've all been subsected to just full species instead of subspecies. So back when they were subspecies, people were mixing and matching all the time. So I would definitely say I'd go with that down a path and kind of look at some pictures of those and check it out. I just seeing a snake. You showed me a picture of a snake. I gotta find out about it. I gotta look at it. I gotta research it.
I'm gonna go get a chair. I'll be right back.
So
how'd y'all's cigars end up?
Hey, Justin, don't leave yet. And Chris, hold that thought. Justin, don't leave yet. Check this out.
Gone.
He's gone?
He's gone.
My friend just sent me this from Colorado. Check this out. Hold on, I'm trying to share this and it's being stupid. Oh, well, it doesn't matter because Justin had to approve it anyway. My chick friend who lives in Colorado just sent me this, and she says that her friend sent it to her, and they found it in their family room. What species is it? And it's hilarious because we're all going to be like, no shit. Justin, show that
Colorado.
Picture. Show that picture real quick. Look at that.
That looks like it. What is it? Thamnophis checkered garters almost? I need to zoom in on this.
Yeah, like, look at this. Hold on, I can't get this to go. There we go. Look at that. 3 males and a female.
Game time.
Look, they're already, and they're twisted up. Look at that. How great is that? I mean, I feel bad that they got put into a box.
Yeah.
But at least the dudes are getting their thing on.
Oh, hell yeah. So what did y'all think about the NDL cigars? Dude, this was fucking phenomenal.
Dude, mine was good. I had to go round 2.
I had a Neanderthal. They're always good. It's too hot in the garage, so I moved inside. But I have the angriest little hognose in the world. This dude is all of like 8 inches of pure hatred.
Oh, dude. Oh, shit. Talking about hognose. Justin, remember how we were talking about my Mexican hognose? And I had 2 that I finally got feeding, and I had 1 that still, now at a year old, has been holding out. I've been assist feeding it every week for a year. That little motherfucker took his first meal on his own.
Dude, this is a 3-year-old snake right here.
Yeah, that dude's ready to breed. He's
horrible. He's the worst.
Does he freak out and then not want to eat, or freak out and regurgitate?
No, he's a spaz. He's just always huffing and puffing, always striking, always bullshit.
Riley's been posting those giants. Those are pretty sweet.
Those are amazing, man.
Matt, you got eggs cooking from the balls, or are you gonna wait, or is it a couple of months later?
I got some cooking. Hopefully, beginning of July. It's a pewter leopard clown. So.
Cool, man.
Clowns going on.
Nice.
Yeah, I got another female. It's just had her prelay shed, so she's a banana het clown to that leopard clown. So try to get some banana leopard clowns. That'd be pretty sweet.
Very cool. Very cool. I'm topping off too.
So Matt, you were saying that there were a few species of python you still wanted to work with. Are there any species of colubrid you're thinking about?
If I got colubrids, I'd probably go some Cribos. That's what I would want to get, but I don't know if I have the room for them. But
dry marcon are amazing, man. They
really
are. I'm with you. I got big ass snakes, but dry marcon not only are big as fuck, but they need room to move too.
Yeah.
What do you got, Justin?
Yeah.
One of the green trees.
That's awesome.
The one that doesn't want to murder me.
So size-wise, because I don't know much about green trees at all, other than when listening to you guys. Is that breedable size for a male?
No. This is. This one is a 2018. I believe, because I have this one and I have a clutch mate to this one from Luke Myers, and pretty sure they're both female. I know one of them is for sure because we just shed recently, and it was a very female-looking shed. So, but I mean, they're growing. I got them both when they were little bitty yellow things. And, like I said, this one's probably one of the mellowest ones of the bunch. The sibling's the complete opposite. The sibling just wants to bite all the time and do nothing else. So
that's badass. Yeah, those things are they're amazing.
Yeah, I mean this one. Woo! Sorry, dude. Can't really see it, but I mean the blue is coming in on the dorsal. It's more of like a deeper blue at the moment, but I think it'll get better over time. And
that's one you posted earlier.
No, that one. That's the one from David, and that one's in the tub right next to it. I don't know what that one might be. I don't know which way that one's going to go. I think it's going to be female. You know what's interesting with green trees is you can kind of tell from behavior whether they're going to be a male or female. Like if you notice them cruising a lot, then they're definitely a male. Sorry, dude. And then the ones that just kind of don't move at all are usually pretty much females. It's pretty easy to tell, but I got these custom purchased for these tubs from Brahms, and I love them.
Those are badass, man.
Yeah, they're awesome. They lean up. And, but yeah, I mean, this is a 2-year-old snake as of May.
I need to get with Brahms and talk about. I have a CAD file for a little like jungle gym for 6-tub courts for like Rackadactyla stuff, and
cool.
with a little cutout for food bowl, so you can just kind of put it up there perched. Because a lot of people just use 6-tub shoe boxes for babies. I need to, because I don't have a 3D printer, and I know I should get one, but it might be something he could, sell.
Dude, he can. Yeah, I mean, he can. Like, I've talked to him with so many ideas. This rack from Sean that I have all these green trees in. David made those purchase custom for these tubs, so he's really good at it, man. Like, I've come to him with ideas, and he's knocked it out of the park pretty much every time.
Yeah, that's awesome. So back on geckos and gurkhas, Matt, what's your gecko plans for the future? What other geckos you planning on working with?
Man, I want leeches. That's what I want.
You're talking to the right guy then.
I know.
The guy.
No, I'm not the guy. So 3 years of breeding them, I'm done breeding them. They are probably pet wise, and I do believe that we can have pets. They are probably the coolest fucking lizard you can have, dude. They're so rad. But I will definitely say that as far as breeding them, if you a good podcast to listen to is the new Tiki's Gecko podcast with Joe Phelan. He did a podcast, and they talked. They talked about leeches a good bit. They talk about how crazy they can be, and I did a podcast with Justin and talked about them. They're such a special, intelligent species. There's something about them that really stands out as far as their intelligence. But breeding them can be tough, man. You want to start out with a large group of animals, and that can be, it kind of sucks. They're expensive as fuck.
Yeah, that's my problem, because the chondros are expensive, the diamonds are expensive, so
That's expensive. That's why we want it.
It's expensive.
It's kind of crazy, the progression in a collection, like me kind of rebuilding my collection over the last 5-6 years. You kind of just work into the super fucking expensive stuff. You're like, God damn it. It just keeps going. But dude, I would say I'm not going to have any leeches for sale this year. I think I already have a home for the little green guy that hatched, and that little brown guy, I've got to hold him back.
Yeah.
If he ends up adjusting to something special, I'm gonna give him to Carl. Carl Vargas is one of my best friends, and if you follow South Tex Gex or Carl Vargas on Facebook, he has hundreds of leeches. And the Vargas Granite line is probably the most beautiful lizards on the planet. They're just insane. And I could get you in touch with him. He doesn't really sell online, but if there was something that he had that you were interested in, I've shipped for him before. So yeah, let me know. You leeches they're fun, dude.
Dude,
I don't know if I get him to breed, I might just have like a pair. But
the thing you got to do with them. The thing that the reason I got rid of my pairs and just kept my boy Shrek is the real estate they take up. And though my room is a nice size, I just can't. I can't have 6 enclosures. It's a good room. It's a good room.
Big room, bro.
You do have
a
nice room.
Instagram.
Yeah, I need to.
Anybody.
I'd like to do a little bit more Instagram live. I'm moving almost everything, adjusting in my room for more snake racks. I've definitely gone more into this full colubrids. Definitely going to be working with Gargs forever. I think if there was the last gecko that leaves my room, I already know. If it's not Shrek, it'd be one of my Gargs. I have a couple Gargs that are really special that I've had for 5-6 years. Bacon line stuff that just, so sentimental. But yeah, dude, I cannot tell people enough, get leeches. They are just a blast. And watching them grow and watching them change colors and the vocalisms that they have, dude, they know. You walk in that room, they know. They are watching you. You're not watching them. They're watching you. And they know what.
How many different vocalizations do they do? Because I thought it was just barking.
No. They have this crazy chirp that they do
have a language.
They have a language. They have a chirp. They chirp they have this little seep, seep, seep chirp they do when they're nervous. And then they have a defensive fart. And then they have a cackle they do when they're breeding. But then they also have a kind of defensive growl as well. I think even the Tiki's guys were talking about it. They have the largest vocalization of any lizard.
Really?
And I would assume that it's going to be of any reptile, actually.
Like the largest range?
Yeah, the absolute largest range of vocalizations of any reptile.
This is the one I posted earlier. This is that David Brahms.
Oh, yeah, that's the starfruit. Total starfruit. Love it.
That's killer.
Can you imagine if it stayed like that? It'd be great.
That's badass. Dude, that's crazy.
Hey, Justin, you ever gonna get any emeralds?
I want to eventually. I don't know when that's going to happen, but it's definitely on the list. I feel like they almost go hand in hand, with these guys. Like you can't keep chondros and not have emeralds, or vice versa.
I'm gonna mute, and we're gonna go look at a leech.
Do it.
Do it.
Do it. Dude, this little pop one from Riley is looking real freaking good.
The Jake bait.
Hey, you little asshole.
Oh, Matt, what did you light up, man? You're smoking another. What do you got?
It's another Gurkha war pig.
Oh, nice. Good.
War pig.
Generals gathered in their masses, just like witches at black masses.
I just upgraded this guy to a 32 quart today from a 15 because he was outgrowing it. Hello, sir. I would really love it if you weren't a prick. God, you dick. No.
Oh, let's see. Let's shut this off.
This little sucker's hot, man.
Dude, look at that thing.
Yeah, dude,
Like
that's
I kind of understand why Jake likes him so much. Like I get it.
Dude, that thing is so dark, too. Look at that.
I know.
Oh, shit. That's badass.
Oh, dude, we got geckos, too, going.
I know. I was like, we got
Sensory overload.
arpits, we got Ichis.
That's Shrek.
Oh, that's
Shrek's a
Shrek.
beast. Dude. That's Shrek. He's my last adult sticking around, and he's kind of a cool dude. Dude, they're so floopy. Dude, they're the best species to work with, man. Ugh, I wish they didn't suck to breathe. Can you see? Let's see if I turn this light on a little bit. Whoa! Whoa!
Are you being
Okay,
attacked by
man.
you?
He's probably like, what the fuck?
Yeah, right? He's like, okay, Dad, I don't need pupils.
Retinas
Usually-
are overrated.
Sometimes I can get him to. Oh, did you hear him? I can get him to chirp.
Hey!
Is that him?
Whoa.
Yeah, Matt, you got to get some, bro. You got to
Dude,
get some.
I know. There's so much shit I need to get. It's like every time I'm on Instagram. Like Justin's always posting pictures of his beards. I'm like, wow, I need a fucking beard now. Like, what the hell?
Dude, everyone needs beards.
Justin,
Yo,
did you have,
you need-
when you first came upstairs, was that the one Loma Alta you pulled out earlier?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I tried to pull out the albino, and he was having none of it. So
Here you go. Let me show you. That was a Boston Terrier. Hey, let me
Yes,
shut the door. I
they
don't,
do.
want, I don't want my dog to freak out.
Justin needs to get on breeding some more chondros so I can get some from him.
I'm trying, man. Like my male's in shed right now. I was gonna put him in with a female, and then I noticed he was in shed. And usually when the males are in shed, you put him in with a girl. They want they have zero interest in breeding.
So this is my line-bred black Kankakee.
Oh, nice. Wow, look at that. Bro, it just looks velvety.
Dude, yeah.
Come on.
He's
How old is that animal?
He's just at 2.5 years. So Kankakees stay a lot smaller. They're
My female.
Oh, nice.
look how similar these animals are
I
from a
know.
million miles.
They're just Papuan pine snakes. That's all.
Don't make me go get mine out because I'll get bit.
Get the Nauda.
What's that?
So get the Nauda.
No, asleep and needs to be pissed off. I won't deal with it.
So that's a 2.5-year-old Kankakee. Check this out.
This is a 2-year-old Oregon, and it's 9 feet long. Watch him do it. Watch it. Here it comes.
It's not even a year yet.
There it is. Look at that.
Yeah, that thing's smoking right there.
Dude, these things are... Oh! They're killer, dude. Solid white bellies.
That's some bullshit. That's a Louisiana hybrid. I know it.
I wish, man.
Right?
I can't have Louisiana. Dude, they're so puppy dog too.
Look at that face, bro. Look at that white face.
Let's see if I can hold her. This is actually the female.
Dude, look at that animal. Champion.
Kind of crazy.
Look, you nut.
Oh, hold on. Let me see if I got something else cool. What else do I have?
Justin, are you dying?
No, I just have a bunch of snakes that are just complete freaks. This is that female corn I want to breed. Whenever that male she's gonna shed like any day now. So
she's huge.
Kind of dull. She's a pretty good size. I got her when she was tiny too.
You guys are a little runnier. See that
Dude,
orange head?
Look at that color.
I thought that was a subuck for a second.
They're a little jumpier, but you see the kind of like, and then it fades.
Almost like ghostly.
Wait, Chris, what is that? It's not a subuck.
No, this is my Johnny. This is my male Johnny.
Shit. Dude,
about 3 years old. Yeah, this line I wanted to work with for so long, just to have that huge orange sock head.
Look at that shit, bro. I really thought that was a subuck. I did. That's why I was like, Justin, look at that shit.
He's almost full.
I know. I got excited. Not that I'm not excited about it, but I almost got real excited because I thought it was a subuck.
And Matt, thank you for not getting a snake, because if you got a snake, then I would have to get a snake.
I know. I'll get a snake.
Go get a snake.
Don't do it, man. Just stay with me.
No one wants to see a ball python. Come on.
Stay with me. You don't know that. Dude, balls are awesome until you become that douche. I think ball pythons are super cool as long as you're not that guy. You know what I mean?
Here, we'll start small. So that is an F1 Baja Sur.
Oh, yeah, I was going to ask how those are doing.
Wow.
They're doing great, but you don't mess with them, man. They're kind of – this guy ate Tuesday, so I'm not too worried about it. But, dude, they take a very long time to digest meals. They need really small meals. And this snake's already a year old. They get about 5 foot, so they're about 4 to 6 years to breed. Easy.
Dude, it looks like a house snake.
Dude, they're crazy.
It does look like a house snake. I never thought of that.
They're very cryptic.
Matt, do you have 1 or 2 snakes that are like your definitive pets that you play with all the time?
Yeah. I got like that banana pet clown. She's my favorite, but
cool.
Yeah.
Look, man, like I have like 2 animals that like I take them out all the time. Then I feel bad and I'm like, I take them out too much. I gotta put them back.
This is that other female that I thought was the male.
If you have subocs and you don't have toilet paper rolls, you're doing something wrong, because these guys love their toilet paper rolls.
Wow, look at that pattern.
Dude, this is an F2 Wild Rose Pass from the Davis Mountains, a little female suboc.
See, that's my bait right there. God, I want some so bad.
Dude,
they're so inquisitive.
Look at that white face. Look at that. Do you think Chris, do you think that they are more intelligent than most other rat snakes?
Absolutely. Comparing them to yellows, grays, Texas, I don't have any blacks. Corn snakes, close to wild corn snakes that I have. These guys show a level of intelligence that beats out almost any colubrid. I gotta assume Drymarchon are a little better. I've never kept them. But these guys are fully inquisitive. They want to know what's going on. They watch you. They eat a specific way. There's just something about them that's just kind of funky. They're very. Look at all this unused space in this room, dude. I need this rats to the ceiling. There's something about them that kind of stands out. They're very. They know what's going on. They see everything. They're Oculus. Obviously, they have the giant eyes. They just kind of know what's going on. What else do I have that might be?
Chris has got all the goods.
He does.
I know, dude. We're all turning into West Texas freaks.
We are. What's up? What locality is that one, Justin?
This is the male Mexican that sired that clutch that I got in the incubator right now.
Oh, sweet.
The female's a freak, so I'm leaving her be because she's a spaz. But he's a doll.
Yeah.
This is a yearling Mexican hognose snake.
Oh my God, dude, that's so small.
Yeah, they're tiny, tiny. I don't think the Mexican hogs can take pinkies as babies. You got
Not when you're throwing them around.
they're so small, and they're so fussy. Oh! they're really neat, dude. They're just kind of pissed at the world. You hear them fussing?
Yeah, dude, that's how my little male is, dude. He's always just
always mad. Always mad.
Always angry. You see, I got my male Cyanea is right in that top thing. He's out and about.
This is what we all come here to see.
Ooh, girl.
Female. So these lines, the lines of Mexican black, or not Mexican black, just black pine snakes, a lot of them have a ton of pattern. And I wanted one that was solid black all the way down to the tail. So I have two different lines that I have. My male has a little bit of pattern, but check the female out. Check out her chin. She comes from, let's see, she comes from pine animals.
Justin, what are you doing, bro?
I'm showing the male Cyanea off, dude.
Oh, those are awesome.
Bro, hold him. He's all unsupported and freaking out.
No.
Just play with him.
He's
fine.
a freaking tree snake, dude.
Just, make him feel comfortable. Look at that little face.
This guy usually hates me. He's actually fairly well behaved. They're stupid long. I mean, you can see how long he is.
He's got to be at least 4.5, 5 foot, right?
Huh?
4.5, 5 foot?
Yeah, I guess he is now. But
that's what you need. Nueces County Bulls, baby.
You want to talk about freaking agile, though, dude. These things are just like, they just swim through the freaking trees.
I'm just saying, me and Justin are just like, here's more snakes.
Yeah, right?
I know we have villages sitting outside.
I know, right? I can't. Like, they're right there. Like, the carpets are all right there. And I'm like, if I open that tub, I'm just going to get bit.
All right.
I don't really take my
let's get
chances
serious.
with these guys in any size.
Let's get serious for a second.
You could totally put this outside in here.
This is what all of you guys need to be working with. One of the coolest animals in my collection came home with me. Coleonyx mitratus.
Wow, that's gorgeous, man.
Dude, this little guy, I've had him for just over 6 years. He's a wild caught, still has his tail. And his female passed away last month. She was 6 years old also, plus however old. She was an adult when I got her, so who knows. But
Look at that neck, that puffed out neck. Dude, that is gorgeous.
They're relaxed, they're chill, they'll eat anything. They breed like rabbits, dude. You'll get 10 clutches a year out of them if you want.
Really?
So easy to keep.
That's awesome.
So I wish these were more popular in the hobby. Matt, as a leopard gecko guy, you should look into these. Dude, I keep them. Check this out. Boom. This is a temporary enclosure. I keep them in a bioactive in my office at work, but I brought them home because the whole coronavirus thing just was kind of worried. Dude, Eco Earth, a little hide, a little bowl for food. You want to keep them on heat, keep them at 82 degrees. Boom, done. You don't want to put them on heat. I keep them in my room. It's about 76, 78 degrees. He's fine, man. He's chilling.
That's
living
awesome.
his best life.
Hey, have either one of you guys tried the new humid hides from Exoterra?
Yes. Wait, they're not from Exoterra.
Well, all right. So
The
Exoterra
ones-
hold on. Exoterra made one that is a clone of the stuff from Europe, but they made it look like a little rock cave or like a wooden like tree stump cave,
Oh.
and the paint job looks like dog shit. And it's just a porous ceramic. And then Pangea made one that has the sponge.
That's the one I've used.
Okay,
So I keep them in there in my office. I have the one with the sponge. Dude, it's perfect. It's especially for knobtails. I remember you always kind of want to have like a human hide. It works so good. It works so good. It blows my
but
mind.
now how often are you cleaning or throwing away the sponge?
I don't think I've had it long enough, man. I've only had mine for like a month and a half, maybe 2 months. Actually, no, that's not true.
So I can look at this animal. Look at that friggin' snake.
Oh, dude, those things are fucking mental.
Dude, look how long that thing is.
Yeah, I mean she's considered a male most of the time, but
That's
she's
insane.
a little bigger.
Dude, that thing moves like a mamba. Like the twitches.
Yeah, dude, these are probably about as close to a mamba as far as like behavior and stuff as you're probably gonna get, just because they're so nervous and all that. But I mean, just deep forest green.
Almost like Balenciaga screen.
Yeah.
Sunshine and snow cone. These are some of my favorites. I got these from Glen Reptiles about 4 years ago. These are my San Diegos.
I was saying, look how tight that pattern is on them saddles.
Dude, they did not breed this year because they hate me. But yeah, that's the normal female. She's a jerkball.
Oh,
My
so
kid named him.
Tell me more about the sponge. I'm sorry, man. I cut you off.
Oh, so I said that I've only had mine for a month or two. That's wrong. I used it for about a month or two before I took my. Dude, hold on.
Matt, did you get any of those Pangea ones or no?
What was that?
Did you get any of those Pangea humid hide with the sponge on top?
Yeah.
No,
So
I
I use mine. Fuck, dude, this snake is not having it. We're gonna put this one up.
Do what you got.
I used mine for about a month.
See, my concern was that like the sponge would get moldy and stuff. And
Yeah, it absolutely could. It absolutely could. I used mine for about a month and a half before I brought my geckos home.
But now,
so-
did you
so-
throw it away and put a new sponge?
Why not? I don't see why not.
Okay, that was my whole.
yeah, I
point.
mean, you can easily buy some. You could buy some and get them to fit, I'm sure. Like just
All right, I'm gonna show y'all a snake. Y'all tell me what this is. It's all pissy right now. See if y'all can see it. Y'all aren't gonna be able to see it. It's all pissed off. Tell me. Look at that pattern. A little head, and tell me what that guy is. It's in shed, so it kind of shits the bed. But
Is that one of those night snakes or something? Those lyre snakes or whatever?
I was gonna say it looks like a
That-
little bit.
that's a silver leaf. What you call it? Sawinski eye.
Oh, yeah.
What is that?
So your normal Slowinski eyes, they're used to be a subspecies of corns. There you go. That's a normal Slowinski eye.
Oh wow, okay.
So Slowinski eye used to be corns. They're a little bit smaller than corns. Now they're their own species. They're full species instead of subspecies.
It's like the Outer Banks king snake of corns.
Yep. They're massively different in color and kind of attitude. They're a little spunkier, but I truly believe that maybe corns are a little spunkier just in general. We just, we've kind of domesticated them a little bit. I think that's definitely something that can happen. We keep breeding these animals, and then, and you get stuff like this.
Nice.
Those, dude, I'm just gonna look at all my snakes now. Yeah, Justin, you need subox.
I'll jump on the bandwagon.
I do need subox. I want subox. It's got to happen.
Have I shown y'all my I don't know if I can actually show you all this, but I have bioactive tubs. I'm trying to pull this down. Bioactive tubs for my rat snakes. I keep some of. I'm kind of leading off of what Chris Montrose does, and I'm keeping some of my my rats in bioactive tubs in pairs. So my yellow rats, my gray rats, are all cohabiting, and they're doing great. Had them there for a while now.
Yeah, Chris was talking about coming this way because he was planning a trip to Jasper County, and we were talking. And I said, "Dude, if you're out this way, like, you got a place to stay and everything." You know?
Yeah.
And get him on the podcast because I want to do like anytime anyone's in town, like I want to get him, do an episode with us in person.
Dude, Chris is such a cool guy. Such a cool guy. Hey guys, I'm gonna piddle, and I'm gonna come back, and I'm excited to see what Phil brings.
Oh man, I can't wait to get my fucking Chondro Tuesday, dude.
This is one of my little male Beox that I thought was a female for like 2 years. Just shed plugs like 2 sheds ago, so it's a boy. So I'm kind of male heavy. He's a little bit of a prick, so I don't really mess with him too much. But
Aren't most Beox kind of pricks?
yeah, I mean, like my big female, when she's out, she's fine. My male, he's horrible. Like he'll never chill out. He's always going to be really high strung. I have a little Beox up here. It's the only one I have left from the clutch that I produced. That one's completely handleable and isn't bad. But this guy and the guy above him, which is this tub right here, they're super, super high strung. And I don't even think it's necessarily a high strung thing. I think a lot of it with a lot of chondros is just the food response. Because you'll hear people say, "Oh, I got this chondro, it's really mean." It's like, once you have them out, they're usually not bad. But this guy and the other one, they are like the stereotypical Beox, just hates everything. But I got this one. I'm amazed is actually still alive because this one swallowed some paper towel at one point when it was little. It got too hot and had like a heat stroke when it was younger. So this dude's been through a lot, man. It's kind of amazed that he's alive.
Here you go, Chris.
Yo.
When are you sending this?
That's the Texan, right?
That's Texan.
Dude. It looks like a lot of I know they get a lot of brown, but that one almost looks like it has like a peach on the neck.
It is. It's got like brown face with like a peach.
What a pretty snake.
Thank you.
And that's the male, right?
This is the male, yeah. This one's produced by Ellie Jacobson in Gainesville.
I am on the look for a female for you because I can say that even if I catch one, I can ship it to you completely legally by Texas state law as of March 29th of this year.
I appreciate you and I love you for it. What's funny is he is watching you guys and he is like, I don't want to move because I'm afraid I'm going to get hit in the face. Because his neck is all puffed out and crazy.
I almost want to say, we were talking about Cellbox being intelligent. I think Drymarchon are on a level of intelligence that kind of gets into the Elapids, kind of starts looking at like king cobras and shit like that.
Well, yeah, dude, I'll tell you flat out, Drymarchon are way smarter than all of my cobras that I have.
Yeah.
But I mean, you can see he's got great patterning to him,
Yeah, that's fucking, man. Still got a little bit to grow, right? I guess.
Oh yeah, he's got a lot to grow.
Yeah.
He's gonna grow at least another 1.5 feet, 2 feet. I mean, he's big, but he's not nearly as big as he should be.
In the wild, we don't see him a lot bigger than that. Our locality, so that's going to be depending on where his original stop is from. That may be from more south of here. Up here, we get a lot less pattern and a very, very stark white belly. In fact, I have a picture of him.
You can see he's got a lot of pink still and peachiness in the belly. They
are very, very rare. And I had a buddy that had a clutch of them, and the whole clutch went bad.
Oh, that sucks.
Fuck, I don't have.
Put him back because he's getting agitated.
Dude, I really want to say this, and Matt, you don't know me. Sometimes I get a little sentimental. I love this hobby. I love everybody that's in it. I love how much we care care about these things. It's so fucking rad.
Brennan, yeah, it is weird that Beox are like the most high strung and they have the least amount of predation. It is kind of an interesting dichotomy. But this one, I mean, this one's pretty mellow. Like I said, I don't like compared to the other ones. This is a baby that I hatched. I think captive bred Beox are definitely many notches calmer than their imported counterparts. Which my male is, he had to be an import, and he's pretty much horrible all the time. My female was imported when she was little, and like I said, once I have her out, she's fine. But getting her out is like she's in food mode pretty much constantly, and she was the dam to this guy or girl. I don't know what this one is yet, but this one's completely handleable. Like all the Beox babies that I hatched, man, they were all like freakishly calm for Beox. I'm gonna go back in, dude.
Here, so here's a picture of a wild. It wasn't caught. It was let go. This is a gravid female. Oh, it's so hard to see pictures. There you go. That's a gravid female, Texas Indigo that my cousin found about 3 months ago. They're amazing, man.
Yeah, I've heard of some Arus that are definitely, more high strung than some Beox. It's definitely not a hard and fast rule with any of these things. This is that clutch mate that I was telling you about that has more blue going on. That one from Luke. This is the one that's more high strung than the other one was that I was handling earlier. Of course, the camera doesn't pick up on like the blue stripe that goes down its back.
Yeah, I see a little bit.
That Texan is so pissed off right now. He's back with his tail like doing that.
Phil, I sent a picture to your Instagram, your personal Instagram,
Okay.
Of that gravid female that my cousin found about 4 months ago. The eggs, he held onto it. Allegedly he kept it. He let her go after she laid her eggs, and the eggs didn't make it. But that was, I don't know. That's kind of one of those things. I was kind of pissed because I was like, well, if you would have let it go and let it do its thing, would those eggs have been good? Did you stress it out? So that's
no, man. That animal was far enough along. Their eggs were probably bad anyway.
She's big. That's
a great photo, bro. That animal's gorgeous. I would love to get that with him. That like slate gray color to it.
Yeah. She did. They have that. Dry Marcon have that personality, dude. They're so special. I'm such a puss. I don't know why I don't have any Dry Marcon. It kind of fits the bill for what I have, but I'm a little trepidatious on those.
Yeah, but dude, I'll tell you right now, you get me a girlfriend, bro. I will personally come out to Texas and I will kiss you.
I actually hope that this year you come out to Texas and kiss me anyways.
Well, there's a difference on the type of kiss.
I showed you that picture, right? Of density of species.
Mm-hmm. Wait, no. What was it?
Let me grab the picture again. I need to show. It's reptile diversity.
There.
This was the family dog before we got the family dog.
Nice. That's what you need, Matt. You need that. Brettles first, bro. Brettles first.
Phil, if I send you this picture, can you share it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, I'm gonna send you this pic.
Text it to me so it comes up on the MacBook.
I actually have your text message.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm convinced this is the best starter snake of all time. A male Brettles.
I mean, there's this snake that's called corn snakes.
This is maxed out. Like this is completely manageable. This is for a male. Females get a lot bigger, but I mean, puppy dog tame. I don't have him or my female on any sort of heat. They're at room temperature all the time. They do fine. Like they don't.
Really?
They do not care.
Wow.
Eats like a champ. He's out and about all the time. Anytime I'm in the room, all the Brettles come out and start sort of investigating, and he's just He's a complete
That's
puppy
a-
dog, man. He's amazing.
That's a killer animal. Do you have a female for him?
Yeah. She's a lot smaller. She was the first Brettles I got, so I had the head stonewash, and I still have the stonewash male that I've been trying to sell since like November. And when it was a toss up between the stonewashes or these guys, like my two normals, I had to keep the normals, man. Like
Dude,
I love this guy too much to get rid of him, and my female was my first one.
That tail is awesome.
Dude, yeah. Dude, out of all my bulls, I have every morpho bull you could think of, and my favorites are the wild types. Just they're so fucking cool. They have that pure true contrast. There's something about it that just doesn't feel altered, you know.
Oh, and hey, side note, Brennan, when are you getting your unicolors? And may I ask who you're getting them from? I threw that picture up, by the way, Chris.
Oh, sorry.
It's cool, man. I was waiting for you guys to finish talking.
Yeah.
So what are we looking at, Chris?
This was really interesting when I saw it.
Yeah, so that little pocket of red down in Texas on the East Coast, that little bay that you see the little cutout just below that—that's where I live. So there's a ton of diversity here, but you can kind of see moving west, you get into kind of the McMullen area right there, that big red spot, and then you go to West Texas, which is going to hit kind of the area we're talking about wanting to be. Just so much diversity in here of different species. It's amazing how many different species of snakes and lizards and geckos and frogs and stuff. I guess it probably doesn't take into account amphibians, but yeah, we're kind of like the deepest area of diversity. It's crazy.
Nice.
If you're in Corpus, you can stay kind of in my area and find Splendida all over the place, and then if you move a little north, you'll start finding Holbrooki. And then you'll even find integrated Holbrooki Splendida, but you kind of notice the influence on the Splendida and the influence on the Holbrooki. They still kind of keep their looks apart. It's really neat.
Very cool. It's interesting to. Oh, by the way, Brennan, that's awesome. You're getting from Black Pearl. Are you getting the like modeled, or are you getting straight up, plain Jane, the way I like them, gray tan with the black teardrop? But it's interesting just to look at the map. Like, look at this. Like, clearly this is a mountain range in here. Clearly there's the base of the Rockies up in here, and like you have all this plateau range out here, but like there's still this lighter color here. Like, this is super cool. Appalachians are up in here. It's just awesome. Look at this. I'd never seen this before.
It's kind of funny to me that like the very south part of Florida is yellow and not like blazing blood red.
That's because it's only native species.
Oh, okay.
I've got to assume.
No, but let's be real. So like, let's be real. You look at from this right. Hold on, I don't know if you guys can see my mouth. All right, so like where you stick just above Lake Okeechobee, like Tampa across to like Vero and down. There's at this point, if you're going to count non-native anoles and non-native curly tails and stuff like that, there's as many invasives as there is native.
Yeah. It's crazy.
But
it's nuts. And you can see that it kind of follows the water paths and stuff too, going up the Mississippi River and stuff.
Yeah.
Dom asked if Jake's Brettles ever calmed down, and he sold it, and I don't know if it did. I want to say that we know who bought it because it's a guy here in South Carolina. He's like upstate. He bought it. I want to say he said that it was actually calming down, which I thought was kind of funny. But I've never had a psychotic Brettles, man. Mine have all been like reach right in and grab them. Obviously, like pretty much any carpet, if you're going in there, you probably want to get a hook because they're so food ready all the time.
I mean, that's how my female is. My female's only 2 years old, and she's a nut job in the cage. The minute you get her out, she's cool.
Mm-hmm.
The
girls love this guy. Like Ellie loves this guy. The neighborhood kids love this guy. Katie loves this guy. He's amazing.
Yeah. I would almost kind of ask Jake, first question, what were the temps he was keeping it at? Was it too high? Was it hitting that kind of 84, 85?
No, he had what I called the 5%ers, because there's like 5% of Brettles are legitimately like just not
insane.
But the other 95% are just like this, where they just don't care. They're like, whatever.
Chill.
Yeah.
Even though Pitiophis like to be, they don't like to, they don't like being touched at all. You can get them like where they don't want to murder you. They're all wiggly, right? Like you saw, they flip out when you touch them.
Oh, and Brennan, that's awesome that you're going to try and get both lines. I think the modeled look is gorgeous, but to me, unicolor should be one solid tan color or light gray with the black teardrops in the eyes, almost like a Naja Palida. That to me is pure unicolor. And I have my friend Marcus. He's actually getting a pair of pure unis this summer as well. So
Wow.
I'm going to see them. Definitely send me pictures when you get them. If they, however they come, send me pictures.
I think my favorite Drymarchon are the yellowtails. Dude,
Awesome.
Yeah,
the blue color and it facing that deep orange and then a bright yellow tail. Oh man, I don't know if it's the Sumatran or the Wyran. I can't remember the locality of them, but God, they're beautiful.
Yeah. You guys ever seen the falconensis out of the Venezuelan plateaus?
I don't think so.
So it's the newest species described by Wooster probably like 7 or 8 years ago, and it's Drymarchon falconensis. It comes from a plateau mountain range in the same area where you find the Uracoan rattlesnakes or Uracoan rattlesnakes, and they basically look like a milk chocolate brown with crazy like digital camouflage. Like, I'll pull up a picture because
I'm looking for it
here. And see if I spelled that right. Reptilia species in Venezuela. Why is there no pictures? This is stupid. Where's the picture?
I see the thing of the Herptofauna of Margarita, Venezuela, but that's the Drymarchon Margarita.
Those are super pretty.
Dude, I spent legitimately 45 minutes looking through Kyle Vargas's Instagram at those different kinds of rattlesnakes. Holy shit, I didn't know there were that many.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so did I.
So amazing, man. Like, I can't keep hots, and I don't know if I would if I could, except for I will tell y'all right now, if I could have hots, your boy would have a Gila monster, no questions asked. That's like my favorite animal. I think they're probably one of the coolest fucking just lizards on the planet.
I almost got some penis from Reed. He had some, and I was like,
Get them.
I don't have the space. I don't have the space.
They're big. They're big boys.
It just wasn't something I was willing to commit the space and work towards.
Oh, I'm sorry. I said the name wrong. It is Falcon's indigo, but it's Drymarchon cotomaculatus.
Okay.
Totally.
Put a picture up.
I'm trying. I'm going. It's internet is shitty.
Hello.
It almost looks like calico.
Boom.
So
Little
screen.
Little Mexican bears.
Oh, that's not it. Hold on. There it is. All right, check that out.
Oh.
Oh shit.
Yeah, that's like honestly, that's an ugly looking one, but if I go like this,
holy shit, that's badass. That almost looks like an indigo and a yellowtail.
yeah.
Wow. Yeah, it's badass.
See that face or no? Oh, hold on, I messed that up.
Dude, those bears are rad.
This
Yeah,
one
going-
is actually like I got a pair, right? And I got them they were undocumented at a Repticon. And this one definitely has at least Mexican in it. I mean, it has like the gray head. Like this one's gonna look really good as it gets older. I mean, you can't really tell, but like Mexican, the trademark with beards and Mexican beards is like that gray head, and then it completely like sharply cuts off.
Yeah.
Used to that yellow. So I didn't have any clue about either of this pair, and this one's gonna be one of the nicest ones in the group too.
Yeah, that's badass.
This whole rack right here is all bears, actually.
The Skeetos found me.
Did they?
Yeah, they're fucking murdering me.
Skeeters.
Dude, you gotta get that thermocell, bro. All about that thermocell.
Yeah, thermocell?
The best, man. I do not go in the glades in summertime without a thermocell.
Ooh.
Greatest thing ever.
Let me see if I can pull out that little corn I was talking about earlier.
Do it.
Do it. Here, Justin, while you do that, or you know what, I'll wait to show you guys this in a minute. Do your thing. Because I know the minute I show this, everyone's going to want to talk about it. How's that Gurkha, Matt?
No, it is good. Good.
Good shit.
Know where your head is. All right.
Oh, yeah.
That with one of those Shermans, dude.
That
literally looks like a leopard, dude. That's fucking
100% wild caught. Buford blood.
Buford blood.
Yeah, I'm gonna need some of that. Oh yeah, dude, the white blushing around the black.
Saddles are black on the tail.
Board, bro.
Yeah.
Show that belly. Dude, I will put chess on that animal's belly.
Dude, yeah. That's a perfect animal. Holy shit. See that? I love all the morph corn snakes, and I work with a lot of morph corn snakes, but that fucking dude.
You can't
beat that. You can't.
No morph can touch.
It's like my employer always says. It's like a limp dick. You can't beat it.
It just fades. Like the saddles just disappear. And like the maroon just gone. Just black, dude.
That's a fucking killer animal, dude. Yeah, make more of those. Just make more.
I want to. Unfortunately, the Ladies Island ones I have don't look as good as this one, but if I ever come across another one from that part of town, like a small one, I may snatch that up too, because
yeah.
I don't want to take a ton from the wild, but my little group that I have now, I'm pretty happy with.
Yeah, that's real good. That's real good. That's good stuff. That's quality.
Every time this thing sheds, man, it just my jaw just hits the freaking floor.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Brendan, about your Mangshangs, man. Like, I haven't had a lot of work with them, but I gotta be honest. Aside from them looking gorgeous and like crazy looking, and like your mind blows when you stare at them because you just see so many intricacies that you don't get from a photo. Other than that, they may be one of the most boring vipers I've ever seen. They are so boring. I just want to let you know that. Sorry to pop a bubble if I did. So I reached out to a gentleman by the name of Ron from Snakescapes. Ron is a professional artist. I don't know if you guys have heard of him. He's a professional artist. He does major sculptures for like art galleries and museums, and like not so much like he does contract work for facilities. And he started doing, I don't know if he keeps stuff. I really haven't talked to him that much just because we started talking right before all this crazy political rioting, all the protests, and all that happened. I've been real busy with work, and he was traveling for work, so it is to be continued. But here is his website to show you what I'm going to have him contract to do for my new venomous rack. If Justin would be so kind as to throw that up there.
Yeah, time out. Little baby bears.
They don't act like a gaboon or a blood. They act, Brendan asked, do Mangshangs act like a gaboon or a blood python? They act honestly like I would compare it to a mossy leaf frog, where they sit there and they look pretty and they don't do a single goddamn thing. And the minute you touch them, they lash out and fly across the room. So this is Snakescapes. by Ron. And I'm going to go to this screen. You guys can see my mouse?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he does custom branch inserts for different enclosures. Everything that you're seeing is fake.
No,
So,
made by hand.
And made by hand, hand painted. He literally takes a small paintbrush to everything, and he adds the tree lichen. You can see here he's got some toadstools going on with some muskiness.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's insane.
Now, obviously, it is not inexpensive. You're paying for the artistry, you're paying for the craftsmanship, but it's amazing. I mean, you can see with this chondro, like even these leaves, these are all fake. He hand sculpts the leaves out of different kinds of silks and whatnot. You can see how he mounts certain things. And
wow,
one of the things that really caught my attention is he does these point inserts where he has a hookup on the wall of the enclosure, similar kind of like what Brahms makes for the pole holders or like the 3D printed, shelf holders.
Yeah.
Where the pole holder is attached to the wall, but this whole piece here, if you were to reach in and grab this, it would just lift up and come straight out.
Yeah, that's badass, man.
But I'm having him do for me custom Cambro tub inserts. How awesome is that?
Dude, that's gonna be so fucking badass.
Yeah, dude.
And like Cambros have like the little shelves on each corner.
Yeah.
So what I'm having him do for me is, let's say this is the back of the tub and like the heat tape comes across the back here. He's going to have, this is going to be mangrove roots, like white mangrove roots. And then over here is going to be a bunch of fake black mangrove propagules where like the spikes come out of the dirt.
Yeah.
And they're going to be like made of like a silicone or like a rubber type thing. So they look rigid and pointy and dangerous, but they're actually soft and floppy. And then built into that is going to be a fake water dish. So
yeah, it's badass, man.
Yeah, and then if I go like this, this is like one of his big major claim to fame ones is this chondro habitat. So the only thing that's real in that entire enclosure is the snake.
Wow, that's fucking awesome.
And it's actually like a whole wall unit. He has pictures on his Instagram of him like hand painting all this tree bark and hand painting like each toadstool, each piece of fungi that has like little variations to the rim of it. I mean, there you go. There's a whole bamboo shoot.
Yeah, it's something else, man.
A big wall display.
The snakes are probably like, what the hell is this?
Yeah, right. I mean, I don't even know if that's appropriate for a chondro because I don't keep chondros, but like it just looks badass.
That's badass. Yeah, it's just insanely badass. Wow, yeah. This guy's on point.
If this loads, yeah. So like here's a whole wall backdrop, and some of these, I don't know if these are them, but some of them have like a tiny little spigot where the water will, run down the course of it wherever it's supposed to be. Everything is non-toxic. Yeah, you can see here it has like the pipe for the overflow.
Man, that's some like next level stuff, man.
Yeah, that's badass.
Yeah, everything is non-toxic and washable. So like if let's say you've got a python, it takes a big turd right here and the white urates, are caked on right there, you could literally just hose it off and it will look like that when you're done.
Holy shit. That's badass.
I'm really excited because to like the mangrove roots that he's going to do for me. And I mean, you can see that like there's his hand. Like that's just showing you how big everything is.
It looks like some shit you see at a zoo or something, man.
Yeah, right?
Boys, I'm going to dip out. I'm getting murdered by the mosquitoes.
Yeah, I'm getting ready to dip too, man. Fucking got to work early.
Oh, well, Phil already left, so.
I like you guys. Y'all are great. Anytime y'all want to do this, just let me know. Y'all have a great night.
I'm down,
right, man.
This was awesome. Yep. See you guys.
Be safe.
Bye. Then there was one. I got a pretty sweet pothos. If anybody cares to see it. Ooh, I need to water this bad boy. That sucker's dry.
There I am.
Oh my God, I did. Jesus.
Oh, I didn't know you could hear me. Sorry, man. The
Scared me.
so my internet conked out. They both left.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Chris was getting killed by mosquitoes, and Matt just said he hated you and didn't want to talk to you anymore.
Oh, okay. So what am I looking at here with this pothos?
This, I was just showing everybody the glory that is my pothos. I had it in this tub with this green tree up here, and the asshole would continually pull the pothos out because it's not rooted very well, and I would find dirt and the plant all over the bottom of the cage. So his privilege got revoked for live plantage. But
Okay.
while you were screenshotting this earlier, I didn't realize like no one could see, but I was showing off the Pamilio tank.
Oh wow, dude, that looks great.
I put that coconut husk up at the top there because there's one of the girls likes to hang out up there, so I was like, she's constantly trying to find somewhere to like hide. So
cool, man.
I'll put that up
Hey,
there.
is the top of that covered or no?
Yeah, it's glass.
Oh, okay, cool. I didn't know how much ventilation you had.
No, I mean there's a good bit right here, like you can see through it.
Right.
But obviously it's still pretty humid in there.
Cool.
And then that's my imitator tank down there.
Nice.
And then if you hear that buzzing, that's my tadpole tub.
Right.
So if anyone's wondering what that purring sound is behind me. Yeah, I don't know how that thing's still alive because I haven't watered it in a minute, but it's a pothos too. Yeah, it's a pothos, so.
Dude, I kill them so bad. I kill them really well.
Sometimes if I want them to root, I'll just take them and throw them in that tadpole tub and just leave them in there.
Just bobbing?
Yeah. I mean, it's not deep. It's literally like maybe an inch of water. There's not a lot in there.
Okay. I saw a guy today, which is the dart that is, I want to say citronella, but it might not be. It's, It's a bright yellow. You saw he had the 4 cups. He's in Spain or whatever. Who's that?
I mean, that's a Tinctorius.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
So, dude, I guess he had. These are the biggest frog.
They're huge.
They're huge.
The citronella, I want to say citronella are the biggest out of all of them.
Oh, are they? But you saw what I'm talking about with the 4 cups?
No.
Okay, so he set up this like little critter keeper, right? It's probably 1 foot by like a half a foot, maybe. And he had it all bioactive, like baby bioactive. And then he had a nice piece of cork, like a half a cork round. And then in there was 4 cups of water with the polywog in each cup. But like the cups were at an angle so they can just come out whenever they want. I was like, that looks so good. And it's literally like this big.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I got. That's what I got going on in the imitator tank. They got these little tilted film canisters. There's actually a tadpole in this one. There may be one in this one.
I remember
there's one in here.
How did you remember the glass?
And there's one on the leaf right here.
Oh, look at that. Look at that little guy.
That's an adult, dude.
Wow.
It like thumbnails are so small, but that's like one of the things I like about them the most.
Mm-hmm.
And I have some baby those Vanzolini I've been showing you all in the group chat.
Right.
Let's see, there's one right here on the leaf that hangs out. I don't know if you'll be able to see it or not, but literally right here.
Oh yeah.
It's freaking polka dot, dude.
Gorgeous. There's
3 of these guys. Oh, there's another one right there. Yeah, these guys are awesome, man. It's probably my favorite imitator species, right? Or not imitator, my favorite thumbnail species, just because they're polka dot and like watching the parents take care of the tadpoles and stuff is really cool too. And Vanzolini, I think, are the only ones that they've found to be monogamous.
Oh, really?
Which I also thought was really interesting. Like, I mean, those are a month or 2 out of water. And they get bigger than that, but not by a whole lot. And so to me, like, that's the fascinating thing with thumbnails is like something that small can be behaviorally that complex. because I mean they are tiny. Like you wouldn't think they'd have much in the way of social, habits or behavioral habits. That they'd just be like a little, almost like a roach, like just running on pure, like lizard brain. Yeah. And it's not the case. They're pretty cool.
Very cool. So, like, let me ask you this: the monogamy, is that just like, is it like geese, where they, like, when the female goes or the male goes, they're heartbroken and they're done?
I don't think so. But if you put them in a group in a tank, like the same female and the same male will, like, that's the couple.
Right. So, like, if you put like a 1.2, you're only going to have a pair, essentially.
I don't know.
Okay.
I have the Dart Frog book. I need to go flip through it and read about the Vanzos, but
cool.
I mean, I'm assuming if they found that they're monogamous like that they probably did have a trio and they were only getting tadpoles from one pair or something.
Okay.
I don't know, but they're freaking polka dot, man. They're awesome.
They're awesome. So I wound up buying some Venom Life gear stuff today, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I got the travel hook, I think, in a 28-inch, and then which I was kind of hesitant to because of the short. That's the Viper hook.
This is my Get Hooked. I don't know which one it is. I got it at a show, and I love this thing, man.
Okay, yeah, that's awesome. That's the one that Henry always brings to the farm with him for the baby stuff. I got a travel hook with which I was curious because it has like that short little doughy handle on it, and I don't know how I'm gonna like that, but I figure I'll give it a whirl. And I got the drawer puller. I said, you know what? Let me try this drawer puller, see if it works, because my V70 CB70 is getting really, really stiff because of how much like substrate I have in there. Yeah. And every time I close the drawer, it goes and like I watch the snake's head like do that. And, like I feel horrible. I think I'm giving him a tremor, giving him whiplash. So I'm hoping that drawer puller actually works. So I figure when I get it in, I'll do some videos at my house and try that. Maybe I'll go to the farm and do some of those drawers there.
I am putting some more springtails in here with these guys.
What's up, man? Feed and stuff.
Well, I every day I go in here and I add springtails to these because these Reina Tomeo when they're out of water, they're so small, like that's literally all they eat are springtails. So
hey, I timed it pretty good with my neighbor coming home with that indigo, right?
Yeah. Good call. But I pull more springs from my freaking isopod cultures than I do my isopod culture springtails from my isopod cultures than I do from my actual springtail cultures.
Oh, really?
Yeah, man, they're doing great in these things. And so, like I was telling you, I take like those paper pots and put it up, and then I sprinkle some of this springtail food I got from Joe at Port City Pet, and they cover these pieces, and then I just take the pieces and put them in here with the frogs, and then I just alternate them. Like when I need more springs, I pull out those pieces, put in a fresh piece, and it's this stuff. Man, this stuff is like freaking crack for springtails. I love it.
Nice.
They cover the pot part when
I was always told to give discoids and dubia citrus to promote breeding. Mm-hmm. Is there something similar like that for springtails?
No. I mean they're so small and stuff that you kind of just they do their own thing as long as you give them the right sort of parameters, but you're supposed to keep them fairly cool or you don't want to keep them too hot.
Right.
I don't know. They're strange. Strange little bugs. But I always struggle to keep springtails going in a dedicated like springtail culture. So when I put some in with those isopods, man, they just started going crazy.
Yeah, I guess I had something to work off of besides what you were providing them.
Well, I mean, most of the cultures that you get online, they come in like lump charcoal. which I mean is fine, but I think because those guys are on like ABS or an ABS substrate that I put together, and then there's some of Joe's isopod calcium substrate, and then they have the cork bark and stuff. I think there's more for them to eat, and so they grow more because.
Yeah. Oh, are you still doing that calcium substrate with the darts?
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
The calcium clay. And I put some of the that's what those little deli cups are in those tanks. Mm-hmm. It's a pad of that calcium clay, and so when I want them to be get more calcium, I just put the fruit flies on that little pad, and they all come and sit on it and get their food, and they absorb the calcium through their skin that they need. So
nice. Yeah. Did you ever wind up actually trying the recipe that Reed gave you? No. I just Glass Box Tropicals sells it. It's expensive. It's like $25 for a pound shipped. I figured there's no way it's going to be any cheaper to go ahead and make it, even if it's in bulk. Yeah. And how long does it take you to go through 1 pound? I mean, I used pretty much all of it between that tank, the Vanzolini adults, the Vanzolini froglets, and then the Pumilio, which I don't even know if the Pumilio even go on theirs at all because I never see them. But what I'm saying is how often are you adding to it? I haven't been. I think it's good for a while. Okay, so for $25, it covered 5 different species, 5 different enclosures, and it's lasted you 3 months, 2 months. Yeah, and I have there's some in the grow out bin as well, but I've only got 2 Vittatus froglets in there at the moment. It's pretty good, man. It's pretty good. I wish I had more space, which hopefully when I get these racks from my dad, because he's downsizing, so I'm getting the racks that he's using. All these metal racks and crap, that I'm using for all this, those can go, and I'll have some more space freed up. Yeah, I got Sean's rack coming this week, so this week is going to be renovation week. I want to basically move the whole room around because I've been talking to him for 6 months. I want to get him to make me a base for these Python. Like something for these to stack on. That way I can get rid of the metal racks that these are on, because I've got that one, and then I've got hers. That one's empty. I'm going to move the probably my female pop one into that one at some point. Look at all the magazines. Oh, yeah. On the wall. I know like these racks are cool and all, but there's a lot of dead space in them. Yeah. That isn't usable or just isn't being used. So. And you can't put belly feet appropriately either. I mean, they have Ultratherm pads under them on each level. Oh, do you? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, but, you just lay the pad there? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, they're see if I can turn this. I mean, you can see it in the back, but pretty much just. Oh yeah, look at that. Nice. Yeah. Nice. And they make like a 3-foot and a 4-foot model. So if you have a 3-foot or 4-foot metal baker's rack, it fits on there perfectly. They actually get a little warmer than I probably like them to. If I really need them to radiate heat, I take like you can see this like corrugated sign. Yeah. I put on top of that just to radiate that heat up. So I don't know. It'd be so much nicer to have everything condensed, have more space. Yeah. And, I gotta be honest, I want Sean to make me, I don't know how feasible it is, because like, all right, a certain married couple that has beautiful, beautiful enclosures, their enclosures are on these beautiful little black risers. And come to find out that they are IKEA coffee tables. They're like 12 by 12 IKEA coffee tables with a piece of plywood spray painted black on top of them. Mm-hmm. And I want to do that, but I don't. I'm too lazy to do it that way. So I kind of want, like, if Sean could make me a black PVC riser that is maybe 15 inches off the ground with plus casters to do like a stack of visions. Yeah. That would be the cat's pajamas. Well, I
like I have this cube down here which has my male green tree in it, and I'm not a fan of cubes. So if I can get him out of that, I want to get rid of that Neodecia and get the male Brettles into something more like the green tree cage that he's on top of.
Right. Did you get the Aatrox in?
No, that was a bigger one I got for the Aatrox, but it's got cracks and stuff on the top, and so I didn't get it safe for venomous.
Yeah.
So the male Brettles is in there, but obviously I can't stack anything on top of that. So it would be really nice if I could get like another one of these black PVC cages made from Sean, stack it on top, then move this on top of that. Or I don't know. I don't like cubes, man. Like I feel weird because everyone in the chondro community like loves cubes and swears by them, but I don't like them.
Yeah. Now let me ask you this: can you fit 2 cubes on top of that one black PVC you got?
Yeah.
Like it would fit.
That's like, a 4. Yeah, that's a 4 foot.
So then, honestly, it just makes sense to get another cube, and then you'd have the 2 cubes, and then 4 foot, or vice versa, 4 foot, 2 cubes. Yeah.
Well, they're sitting on that white melamine cage that's got my female Brettles in it, and that came from Jake. So that thing's super sturdy. And then, like I said, that's the female green tree. The male spends a lot of time in there with her. When I pair him, I just put him in there, so that cube stays empty like a good chunk of the year.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like I said, because of how awkward that thing is, get him out of that something bigger.
Have you ever seen the Neodecia racks that thing goes on?
Yeah.
Where they're all flat because they all have an angle to them.
Yeah.
Dude, whoever made that was brilliant.
Yeah. The
Henry, you're still listening. Cornell's world. All right.
I don't like cubes because I just don't feel like I get a good enough gradient in them.
I don't think you can get a gradient. It's a cube.
Like my male, there's 3 perches that come in those PVC cage brand from Sharphorn. There's 3 perches that come in those. My male literally only uses the top one. So I like longer cages over cubed ones.
I feel like cubes are awesome for an animal that doesn't have to have a thermal gradient and is totally arboreal. So like Leopard Geckos, great for a cube, right?
Mm-hmm.
Dumpy tree frog, great for a cube. But like snakes, I don't dig it.
I don't know. I mean, for something that doesn't need any sort of external heat, like rhino rats or something, I think they'd be great.
Yeah, but would they really use that much height?
Yeah. Rhino rats will climb, dude.
Right, but what I'm saying is that just because it's tall doesn't mean it has adequate surface area. I would imagine that rhinos and like barons would need like long and tall. Am I wrong?
I don't know. I like the cube on paper sounds small, but when you actually see it in person, it is a decent size. For chondros, I prefer length over height.
I got you. I think
these Python portals work great because there's more than enough length. Most adults that aren't Beox that are like a small, because I mean, let's face it, Beox are a big locality. All the other chondros are like half the size that Beox get.
Right.
You could keep an adult, Maniquari or something in that, no problem. But because my female is such a freaking beast, and you can't see her. Damn it. Let me turn around. She's huge. Like she goes the length of that cage and then some. You couldn't tell, but she's a big Beog.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't feel comfortable keeping her in a cube because I feel like it just wouldn't be enough.
Right.
Cubes just don't. I don't know. I'm just not a fan. This one I have, like I got it. It works. It's cool. But the perches he also uses are like way too big. Like they're like inch PVC. I don't use anything over like half inch.
Yeah.
On mine, just because they like thin perches.
I know. I think of like when I think of cubes, I think of like Leland stuff, and how like he has like the 3 cubes together connected.
Mm-hmm.
And like I think it looks crisp, it looks clean, it looks really nice. But like, unless I'm doing red-eyed tree frogs or day geckos, that's really all I would put in it.
Mm-hmm.
But they look gorgeous. I imagine you could do darts in it, but like to me, there's too much non-visible surface. And like with darts, I want that window into the tropics. You know?
Right. Yeah. Yeah, and ambient is nice for conjures especially, and that's kind of what I go for. Like, I keep all my thermostats for, like, all my green trees, minus the little guys here to my right. Actually, no, even them. I think they're set at, like, 82, 83. Like, I keep my conjures considerably cooler than a lot of other people do just because I'm going for more of an ambient temperature in the cage rather than a hot spot. Because in a cube, you know, if you have your thermostat set at 85 for the hot spot, there ain't going to be a gradient. It's going to be an ambient of 85, which is pretty high. Like I think I have hers. I have set for like 80. My small male here, he's set at like 80 when he's not unplugging the heat panel. I don't think I've said it a million times. Like they don't need to be kept hot. Like I would actually, if someone said you have to take all your conjures off heat, I'd probably be okay with that because I think they'd be fine. Like they operate at cooler temperatures. They're not meant to be a hot snake.
Right.
So, it's my soapbox.
Preach it, brother.
But she is a beast, dude. She's a freaking monster. I'd pull her out if she wasn't fired up. Like I'd turn off the light and you just hear her just absolutely slam the door of that cage. She hits hard, man.
So Henry's ordering his one of his next enclosures from now I can't remember, Cornell's World. They're in Canada, and I'm wondering Henry what shipping is going to be and how that's going to work. I wonder if there's like a delay because it has to go through customs or something.
Mm-hmm. Well, Brennan, if it's at 83, do you know if it's a male or a female? Because if you're not seeing movement, there's a very good chance that it's a female, just because females, doesn't matter what size they are. Like I said, I have smaller ones. Like in this rack alone, I could probably go through and tell you which ones are likely going to be female, which ones are likely going to be male, just because there are some that don't move, and then there's some that are all over the place all the time. And that's the rack from Sean, actually. So came out really nice. I like it, and it's got that Pumilio cage on the top. Nice. And Brennan said, so I think ambient works, but it makes them too comfortable. When I kept it 85 gradient, it was too hot, and I had bad sheds. Yeah. Well, if you're at 18 months, I mean, usually around the 2-year mark, if it's a male, it'll shed plugs, give or take. Somewhere in that 2.5 years, you'll start noticing sheds that are definitely male. So I would not be surprised if it ended up being a female if it's not moving much. But yeah, I think, like I said, this whole rack, I'm pretty sure I have it set at like 82. I don't like keeping them hot.
Dom, if you're still listening, I'd be interested to hear your temps on yours, because she has kind of speak of the devil.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, me and David Brahms and Luke Myers because we're in a little text group together. Like, we were talking about that not that long ago, of like, you keep conjures long enough, you can usually tell by their behavior if it's going to be a boy or a girl, just because females are so sedentary. And like, I'm super male heavy right now, but I'm pretty sure 2 of the 6 in this rack are males. So that won't be the case for very long, I don't think. And that's kind of the fun thing about conjures, though, is like, that's how you learn. Like, you get a handful and you sort of pay attention, and then you wait for that shed at the 2-year mark or so. And then you know, that's how you kind of get the eye for it and being able to tell. And I mean, I could be completely wrong. Like, I have that little Biak male I showed earlier that I was sure was a female for the longest time up until 2 months ago. And it shed plugs. But
cool.
You know.
Brennan, what Cambro setup are you doing? Are you doing like the big giant, like 18 gallon or whatever it is, or are you doing a rack?
This one's got the dirty banana thing going on.
Oh, that looks great. Chiquita me up, girl.
This is the one from Hawkstad, dude.
Nice. That thing looks great.
A really cool pairing.
It looks so good. I gotta hit him up, man. I haven't talked to him in like a month.
Yeah, I need to text him. I know he lost the Condor he got from me, so I told him as soon as I produce more, I will send him another one.
Well, that's sad, but cool. Nice of you, but still sad.
Man, I look out for my boys, dude.
Got it. You got it. Female has a house spot at 85. Her ambient still 83. Okay. That's so Dom's keeping it at the whole thing at 83. All right. But now Dom's also in a much colder climate too, so I'm wondering, you know, she's up north. 18, 24, 15. So 18 wide, 24. No, 18 deep, 24 high, 15 wide. Brennan?
What's really interesting is the tail on this one is like an ash color too, which I thought was
yeah.
odd.
Look how thin it is too. It's very, very thin. The snake, the tail, I mean.
Yeah. We got that weird sort of in between, like that dorsal goes from like a brown to like this weird pink, magenta, like lavender color.
Right in the middle.
Yeah.
Dude, it's very, very light on the neck and the underside, like very, like almost, I don't want to say Kofiao-ish. Very light.
Yeah, I mean the parents definitely weren't either. You know, neither of them were that. But yeah, this is another one that's actually pretty mellow compared to some of the other ones. Like this is one that doesn't mind being handled either. Which cool. I don't know what it is about handling chondros, man. It's like just almost magical compared to other species.
Oh yeah, man.
Well, maybe it's just because I don't handle mine very often, like if ever.
No, but I would agree. I mean, you know me, I'm not a big chondro guy, but dude, like, just the relaxation of it, like, just the slow treadmill, just relaxed.
You got some bad shit on her head I need to get off.
Super, super calming animal, unless it's a biak.
I'm actually gonna get that off now. That's another thing. I need to do a part 2 of like the video I did of things I have to have in my snake room, like a nice pair of tweezers.
Right.
Is worth its weight in gold.
Yup.
We gotta get that shed off, dude. I don't know, man. It's just every time I handle these things, I'm just like, I am so damn lucky to get to keep these things.
Oh, yeah. You know what else I was thinking about, too, is I've seen most of Hawkstad stuff is super chill, and I wonder how much interaction he does with the babies. If that kind of like, I don't want to say he's not breaking them like a horse, but if that like, oh, it's a human, it's not that big a deal.
Plays some sort of factor in it. Yeah.
Sure. Because I mean, as dopey as they are smart for a python.
You're gonna bite me on the nose.
It's gonna go in your mouth.
Yeah, this one's it's so cool when you have one that's like completely trustworthy and mellow, and
yeah,
that's why when I got the ones from Luke and I was like, they weren't trying to take my face off constantly, I was like, this is nice.
Yeah, right.
It's actually enjoyable.
Right. I thought that one pygmy I just got was going to be super chill and just be like a good little boy and ride a hook.
No.
Dude, he got comfortable. And like, I didn't have the right tub because I'm using my spare tubs for Tremerceros right now, waiting for Sean's rack. So when I got that baby, or like that juvenile, it's probably like a yearling, I put it in a thin sterilite.
Let me see.
So like the sterilite's only like, oh yeah, look how thin that is.
I mean, no, like I'm trying to show the color and you can't. It's not going to pick it up. It's just this very bizarre, like ash.
Yeah.
Just kind of strange.
But so this sterilite's only like that big. It's only like 4 or 5 inches tall. So like I have to open the tub really careful because I don't want the pig to fly out, you know. And like I put him in that one, thinking, oh, he's cool, he's chill, he rides a hook, he's a good boy. And dude, he went mamba on me. And like I literally like caught him 3 times. I had 2 hooks, luckily. I caught him like 3 times mid-air because he just wanted to free fall. And I'm like, what am I gonna do with you, bro? Ugh. So as soon as I get the rack from Sean, I'm gonna put him in a taller tub so he can't dive bomb himself. But yeah, man, it's an impressive looking animal, bro.
It's unfortunate that they're so damn stupid, though.
Why is that?
They're the dumbest snakes, dude.
How are they dumb, dude?
They are dumb. DUM dumb.
I don't know. I always consider them intelligent compared to some other pythons. Like, dude, I've been with some retics that are fucking dumb.
These things are low on that totem pole, boy.
You really think so?
Yes. Dude,
Okay.
they will grab a mouse, fall in their water bowl, and not come out and drown.
See, I was always told
They won't get the picture.
I was always told that it's physically impossible for a snake to drown.
It's not.
Because, I mean, shy of a snake being in the ocean and being tired to the point where it can't keep itself afloat, I was always told that it's physically impossible for a snake to drown because no matter what, the snake will always do what it can to get its head above water.
See, even Brennan knows.
Dude, look at those heat pits. Love it.
Know. You know what I love the most about Morelia?
What?
That Trinity scale on the face.
Mm-hmm.
That just in the middle of the nose and then it parts. Like, that was always just one thing with carpets and these things. That's like the coolest thing ever. I don't know why I like it so much, but
You know what got me on the Morelia book was the original Jungle Book cartoon. What was the snake's name again? Now I can't.
I don't know. Everyone names their damn ball python after it, though. I can't remember.
Yeah, well, that snake clearly, if by the head, is a Morelia genus in the cartoon. And I just remember that as a kid. I'm like, that's a python, you know?
Yeah, this little dude's growing quick, though, man. It's crazy how small it is.
Yes, thank you, Brennan. Ka.
Yeah, it's either some form of, like, people name their snake, like, Ka or Nagini or some, like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Dude, shit.
If chondros really could hypnotize you with their vision, would we still keep them?
Yes.
It'd be scary, bro.
If that's being hypnotized, then I don't ever want to come out of it. I mean, their eyes are, like, the coolest of any snakes, too. Like,
Straight up kaleidoscope.
I wish I could show you my little Maniquari's eyes because it's got the coolest ones. But that little Maniquari is kind of a douche.
Are you on a laptop or no?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if you had like an actual camera for your computer, and you kept picking the camera up to show stuff.
No, it's my laptop.
So hey, Brennan, how many chondros do you have?
Bloop. Like, I love this little Maniquari, but it's just a complete freak. I don't trust it in the least.
Oh yeah, wow, look at that.
Wait, maybe you can see the eyes. No.
Oh yeah, it's focused pretty good.
Like, it's not a usual line. It's like they almost look bloodshot. Like, it's really bizarre. But this one has that same sort of ashy tail thing going on. But
Very cool.
This I don't know why this one's probably one of my favorites. Just the pattern. It just looks like a freaking tiger, dude.
Nice. And Dom, do you hate the name Ka or do you hate the name Noodle? Because I think Ka is kind of a cool name, but Noodle is kind of dumb. Just saying. Sorry to anyone who has a snake named Noodle.
I love this rack, man. This rack is Sean freaking knocked it out of the park, dude.
Yeah, man, it looks great. I can't wait for you.
Like, all of these bins slide out really easily. The bottom ones are a little snug, but I think that's just from the weight.
Yeah.
Like, that's where it catches up with the whole rack is down here at the bottom. Because all of these, I can slide them out with one hand, like smooth as butter. These ones are pretty smooth too. They're a little harder, you know.
And that's a 6 slot?
Yeah.
And what do you have on top of it?
Huh?
What's on top of it?
That Pumilio tank.
Oh, okay. Because I was going to say is on mine, I don't know how much surface area I'm going to have, but I'm probably going to put one of the Zilla tank that I got from Carpet Fest.
Mm-hmm.
I'm probably going to keep one of the Tremercerus in that on top, just because I like that thing.
Well, I mean, if it can handle that, because that thing's heavy as shit, dude. It's got like half a bag of lava rock in the bottom of it.
Oh, wow.
That thing's stupid heavy, and this thing isn't showing any signs of distress. Everything still opens fine, because I was kind of worried. Like, I kept my eye on it for a few days just in case. And
yes.
it's rocking and rolling, dude. The only thing I need to figure out is a better way to like keep these feeding cards. Because anytime I take the tub out, they fall over, and then I have to like grab them.
Oh yeah.
So
you know what you got to get is I have on my venomous stuff that is deemed a pet by the state, because I have to have microchip or photograph attached to each cage that's not for sale. I have the cue card holders, or like flash card holders that are clear, and it's like a little pocket, and it has an adhesive back. So I just stick that on the vision cage glass, and then I slide the photograph in.
I mean, these are kind of big.
Yeah, it's like the one you sent me.
It's like it's like a 5x8. You know how big they are.
Yeah. I mean, you can still make some kind of pocket, you know.
Yeah. I mean, I can also just as easily put them all together in like a little folder thing with some Velcro and just slap them right to the side there.
Yeah, but I kind of like having each card with each tub. That way, there's never a confusion. There's never a fuck up.
Yeah.
You know what?
Well, I mean, their names are all on each, like in tape, and then their cards right next to it, so I know who's who.
Did you name them all or no?
Yeah.
Like actual names?
Yeah.
Kudos, bro. Kudos. I can't
Parabola.
Okay.
Bravada. Bad Juju. Aganorsa.
Nice.
Starscream. And then Sueño.
All right. Damn it. Now I got to name my fucking...
Dude, I have like a super top secret list on my phone. Anytime I think of a name, I have it written down. I'm like 150 deep on that thing.
Really?
Dude, yeah. And I don't want to tell anybody any of the names because I don't want to give them away and not be able to.
Of course.
But a lot of them are like cigar related.
Okay.
You know, like Aganorsa Leaf. Sueño is Nika Sueño is the factory that Romacraft makes their stuff at. So I named her Sueño, but that's Spanish for dream. Bad Juju. That's I used to play a lot of Destiny, and that was one of the guns in Destiny.
Cool.
Bravada Parabola, because I like Tool. You know.
Yeah.
Just
that
shit.
Indigo I showed you. His name is the Texan. It's very original.
I have the Big Brittles name. I just call him Biggs.
Oh yeah.
Biggs.
Yeah, man. I only have names for a few things, man, just because I just never really named them, you know. And now I started to number the geckos, the cottonmouths, and the pigs.
Like my Mexican Brittles, that's Chupa and Cabra.
Oh, perfect. I love it. But the Vipers, I'll probably name the purple maculatus I have. I'll probably name them. So this will be interesting.
I do think, like, I firmly believe that Chondro guys are the best at naming snakes.
Oh yeah,
like they always have the coolest names.
And dude, I'll tell you, Hen Dog has named like 6 animals. Like, all right, so like the Gila Monster, we thought the Gila Monster was a boy, and then we named him Amigo. Just because he's Spanish, he's Southwest, you know. And when we found out that Amigo, he's Tex-Mex, yeah. When we found out that Amigo was a female, we were in the vet clinic. I have the lizard in my hand underwater so that the vet can use the ultrasound. And we're looking, and the vet's like, "That looks like a follicle, doesn't it?" And I was like, "Yeah, it looks like a follicle." And Henry's like, "Yeah, it looks like a follicle." And Mike's like, "Oh, we got to rename it now." And then I was like, "Oh, yeah." And Mike's like, "We got to come up with girl names." And then Henry just says, "Ophelia. Her name's Ophelia." And I was like, "Oh my God, her name's Ophelia." That's just it. That's the name, you know? Then when I got the first black perp, the one that's like super duper dark with very, very little pattern, I was like, "Henry, we got to come up with a pet name. You know, it's my first one getting back into this." And he's like, "Shadow." Just got to name her Shadow. I was like, it's a brilliant name. Meanwhile, I'm calling him Texan because I'm that original.
Yeah, I mean, my male chondro, he's problem child because since I got him, he's been nothing but a problem. Like, he had an RI, he has bad sheds, like, got stuck in a PVC pipe when that was a perch. Like, it's so fitting because he's my problem child. Like, if there's ever a snake that I'm gonna have issues with, it's guaranteed to be him because he's just constantly getting into stupid shit. But
he's the black sheep.
Like my other small male, that's Theta Wave. He's an asshole.
He looks it.
Yep. I know.
I gotta name a snake Ka just to piss off Dom.
You should.
You can't get named Ka. I'm not buying a chondro.
I don't even remember what I named this other small male. It was yellow number 5 for a long time because it was the 5th one I got and he was yellow. But
that's cool. I can't name him Judah because I'm selling it to you.
I mean, look at this, dude. Look at all these names. Whoops. It's endless.
I just see a white screen. Sorry, man. Oh, there you go. Oh, wow. Look at that. Oh, my God. You're savage.
I see something cool and I write it down.
That is true, Henry. I did name Mango. I did. And Dom, that is really cool. Unfortunately, I don't think I know that many artists. Yeah. Henry sent me, I don't know if you saw, Henry sent me updated pictures of Mango. He is looking champion. Where is he? Where is the little Mango? You like it, the Mango? You like it, the Mango? Here he is.
At some point, I'm going to name one Pazuzu, which is the demon in The Exorcist. I'm going to save that for a particularly douchey Biot.
Yeah, you should. Here, there's an updated Mango post shed.
Mango-y.
But like, you remember Saturday Night Live with Chris Kattan as Mango? It's like, I am not gay. I am Mango. Dude, that snake is gorgeous, man. I'm so happy with that animal.
Yeah.
He did good, bro.
I mean, is the whole belly that orange color?
No, it fades to like a creamy color. And honestly, this picture is just Henry taking a quick cell phone pic. It is honestly way more mango-y, orangey on that belly. It really is. And then there's more rusty. Hold on, where's my photo? There's more like this bleeds down into like this neck of the woods, but like you can kind of see this cream color in here.
Mm-hmm.
And then I like how there's way more rustiness coming in on this dorsal.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping, and so I'm sure, Henry is too. I'm hoping these bands stay prominent, and then you can kind of see faint bands here, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm hoping that this rustiness comes more red. And
you know what? That tail end reminds me of a Malcolm eye.
Oh, totally.
Like if it were green, that'd be a Malcolm eye, straight up.
Most definitely. And this picture's kind of confusing because like you see the braiding here and like it comes this way and then it goes back and like from here underneath the trash can lid or wherever the tail's going, it just gets tighter and tighter and tighter and tighter. Mm-hmm. It looks great.
Looks almost like a diamond python too.
Yeah, very diamondy. Yeah.
But my computer's about to die, dude.
All right, man. We did 3 hours. It's time to go to bed.
Yep.
But tonight was good, man. I enjoyed it. I like having Matt on. I love having Chris on, and we showed some animals. It was cool.
Absolutely.
Good stuff. Well, good evening. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
Later.